What's up, everybody? It's Wednesday, May 27th, and this is episode 26 of the Micro Galaxy Squadcast, the show dedicated to all things Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron. Tonight, we'll recap all the product news since May the 4th, go hands-on with a couple new releases, and discuss what we'd like to see from the Mandalorian and Grogu. We'll also ask and ponder the question, do you know how hard it is to be your own man when Jabba the Hutt is your father? Squatting up as always, Microfleet Kevin.
Oh, here we go. Hey,
What's up,
everybody?
man?
What's happening?
How's it going?
Oh, it's going, man. How's it going with you?
Kevin, history is happening before our very eyes right now. Since the dawn of the toy line, this is the first community gathering here where we've seen a brand new Star Wars movie.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
The first time. Yeah, it is
wild.
pretty crazy. I think so.
I couldn't believe that when you mentioned that, actually. I think it was last time, maybe.
7 years. Yeah.
That's
pretty wild. Maybe a hair under 7 years. I believe Rise of Skywalker was a December movie. So,
okay.
Hair under 7 years, but really, really, really crazy. A lot of discourse around that movie.
Oh my gosh.
Some great, some bad. And Kevin, I don't know about you, but for me, as all things on the internet, I feel it's neither one extreme or the other. It was just a good movie, a fun time. And anybody telling you it's awful is not totally correct. And anybody telling you it's the best thing that's ever been in theaters, also probably not right on the money with that take either.
Agreed.
Good movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Enjoyed it.
We'll try to keep it spoiler free here for anybody that hasn't seen the movie.
Yeah,
yet.
We'll do our best. We've got a little section. The topic of the show. I'm going to be honest with you guys. There's not a whole lot to spoil for this movie.
No, there really isn't.
Depending on how sensitive you are to that subject, it's kind of hard to spoil anything. So
no,
there is that. I did see the one person saying no spoilers. I'm pretty surprised that there are some people in the chat who have not seen it yet, but maybe it's not out anywhere. I don't know. Maybe somebody's waiting for the right weekend.
If you've seen the trailers, it pretty much tells what's going on. You know what I mean? I feel like there wasn't anything that was surprising to me.
Well, and Kevin, that my hope going in was that there was something that was going to be surprising, and I kept seeing all the trailers. We'll throw out fake spoilers, and nobody will know what's real.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you just be waiting the whole time.
But I feel like every single trailer, I'm like, maybe they're just showing us the first couple acts, and they're saving something from the third. Not the case. The movie is what it is, and if you've seen the trailers, that's what you're going to get. And
it's great.
It's fun. I felt like my son at 5.5 might be slightly young to go see it. There's some kind of scary parts, little intense parts, but I don't know. We'll see. And maybe here by the time it comes to home video, he'll be 6.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be there, but I do think he is going to absolutely love it, which might affect the way I see the movie. I think I liked it, but I will say this is very, very anecdotal, but I went with about 10 people, all Star Wars fans, to see the movie.
Wow, no kidding.
I'm in a couple different, I'm in a couple different like text groups with these people. And we're all there. Some of them are younger than me, but we're not as young as we once were. It's rare that we like hang out at the theater for hours chatting about movies after they're over these days, especially a 9 o'clock movie and it's close to midnight when you're out.
Yeah, it's like let's get home. I'm ready to go to sleep.
The movie ends. Everybody kind of gets up And we all walk out and they're just like, see ya. Everybody goes to the car. And literally no one texted or said anything about the movie at all, which I just thought was wild to me.
Yeah,
And
that's funny.
I finally texted. I initiated the text later with some memes or something, but I'm like, it's so it's like that was what it was. When it's not good, there's no one like hating on the movie in the text threads.
Yeah.
Nobody was also just like over the moon about it, like hyped, texting anything either. Just nothing, which was surprising to me. But overall, fun. I think if you have kids, they are going to absolutely love it. And it's one of those movies that's like, this is like just such a perfect thing to share with your child and enjoy together.
Yeah. And then maybe just close their eyes a little bit in a few parts.
Yeah. DC Metro says the most straightforward title for the most straightforward movie. Dave, don't get me started on titles under Disney. It's
yeah, just
that's
the
a
name.
thing I could harp on for a while.
Yeah, we're so dumb we won't have any idea what the movie's about, so we just tell you who the main character is.
It's just a
and that's what we're
name.
gonna name it after. Yeah. The one thing, so I went to go see the movie, and this is just how infrequent I go to the movies and get tickets and whatnot. But there's a movie theater that's relatively close to us, like 15 minutes away, and then another one that's maybe 35 minutes away. And so I wanted to see it in IMAX. So I go in, I looking at the tickets, it's like Saturday morning at 9:30. There's like nobody in there. I'm like, okay, this is perfect. Let's go ahead and grab this one. It's IMAX. It's laser IMAX. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what that is, but whatever. We get there and check in.
Projector type, I believe.
And then we go to walk by, and the guy goes, "Here you go," and he hands us glasses. And I was like, "Oh shit!"
No.
I was like, "Did I get a 3D? Did I get the 3D movie?" And I was like, I get motion sick. So it's like, I do not want to watch this in 3D.
Speaking of 3D, what's up, Steve?
So fortunately we get in there, and like the first few minutes of it, like probably the first 10 to 15 minutes are relatively jarring. Like the 3D is relatively intense. There's lots of depth of field.
Sure.
And so like, I'm kind of like half watching it with and half watching without. And there are periods where, the main character of the scene comes way into the foreground, and you don't need to see the background. So it actually looks totally fine. But then there's other scenes where it's like, you can't see anything because it's all blurry. So I'm like, great, this is going to suck getting through this. So my wife, after the first like 5 minutes, had to leave the theater. And then she came back a few minutes later, and I was like, uh-oh. But then, so then after those first 15 minutes or so, pretty smooth sailing. And I will say that the second half of the movie in 3D really was cool. Like, it gives you total like depth of field when you're watching like a lot of the landscape scenes. Those are really cool. Like the one from the trailer where the X-Wings come down in front of the sun.
Yeah.
Like
I do feel like 3D
really
cool. Also just not a fan. I would never willingly see a movie in 3D these days, but in a post Avatar world, I think they kind of figured out that a lot of the fun in 3D is just giving it the extra dimension and not just things blowing out of the screen at your face the whole movie.
Correct.
That got so old. So I think they've come a long way, but for all intents and purposes, for home theater use, 3D is just almost not a thing anymore. You can't even find the movies. They're rarely released on 3D anymore. So I'm totally out on 3D, but I did see it in a larger format. I didn't see it in IMAX. Tickets these days, Kevin, very, very pricey. And I was buying for several people. So I went to Regal calls it RPX, but it's a slightly larger screen. Loud as anything. I thought I was going to need earplugs. And I forgot these RPX showings at this theater are tuned so hot. We're talking probably 100 or 100 and a little over 100 decibels, I would assume.
Mm.
As an audio engineer, I
I
actually
was
think that's a fairly
surprised.
accurate. that's a fairly accurate guess. There, you're probably talking like 102.
Yeah. I thought the
But
IMAX experience was not what I was anticipating. I was expecting there to be like a massive screen, and it wasn't really as big as I was expecting. And
Kevin,
the
we call
sound
that
was okay, but
Limax.
yeah,
You fell for the old marketing trick there. Uh,
yeah.
a true IMAX screen's fairly rare.
Hmm.
And then
I've
a
seen a
lot of
movie on it, and
Limax
it's
screens.
crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah, not what I was anticipating.
Yeah. Funny movie. Very funny movie. I would
Hmm.
like to watch it again with a little more energy. It was a late showing and it had been just a downpour all day. So hard to go in like super jazzed and hyped, you know? Um, so I'd love to see it again. A little more energy. Really, really
Yeah.
funny. A lot of funny parts, little gags
I
here and
always
there.
go into some of these things with the expectation that it's going to be like the worst thing I'm ever going to see. And so that way, when it's not, I'm like, all right, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, that's a way to live life for sure.
Yep.
Um,
I figure it's better than going in there with like these massive expectations and being totally let down.
yeah. Well, at least the critics kind of teed you up for that one
Mm-hmm.
with
Yeah.
the
Yeah, for
pre-release,
sure.
just dragging it.
Yeah.
Pretty insane to see fan response though, and the audience tomato meters, like
Mhm.
86, 87, something crazy like that. So
I did
obviously
see the
there's a
other day
lot of
it's gonna be profitable. It will
you.
be.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
'Cause they did
Um,
145 over the weekend on a 165 budget.
yeah, we'll see. I think they always say 2.5 multiplier is what it needs to
Yeah,
around what it needs to be profitable. So
right.
I've seen anywhere of people speculating between 450 and 600 for it to make money, but
Yeah.
I think this is probably one of those that they're betting on a lot of the merchandise sales to help it out too.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
And if
I mean,
anything sells
it's
these days,
right.
it's that little green guy.
Mhm. Yeah. I think they recognize that it seems like a good about face from the end of season 3 where it was like, "Oh, well, it's the Mandalorian, so it could be Bo-Katan," and they're kinda moving that direction, then everybody's like, "Hold on a second."
Yeah. Slightly under Solo numbers, but Solo famously incredibly expensive because they shot tons of the movie with Ron Howard.
Yeah.
Um, you know, big pipe, huh?
What's that?
That's the best joke of the movie, Kevin.
I
The
don't even remember
Anzellans,
that.
dude. The Anzellans steal the show. They're amazing.
Oh, they
Everything
are the
they
best.
say is absolutely
Yeah.
hilarious.
You know the funny thing about that? You know who voices that character?
Tell me,
Is the same girl that is Moaning Myrtle in the Harry Potter series.
is she doing these too?
Yeah,
I
I
I
think
feel like
so.
I knew that. I think she was Babu Frick, right?
It says
In
I
Rise of
saw it the other
Skywalker.
day. It said that she was the let me look it up right now. I'm gonna
So she
IMDb
just
this
so
right
she just
now.
voices all the Anzellans now. I guess is that her go-to?
I think so, but I'm gonna
JJ
look it up
Bonks
here.
says Solo deserved better, and I'm inclined to agree with you on that. It was a better movie than the reception it received. Also,
For sure.
same true for Skeleton Crew. We'll say that till the day I die.
I saw
Kevin,
something. Is Skeleton Crew coming back for season 2?
no, one of the actresses. You know how they do on these press junkets. People just prod at them to try to get headlines. And I believe the mom was asked about a season 2, and she said, uh, very non-committal, like, yeah, we're hopeful, something like that, maybe.
Mhm.
And people took that and ran with it. So, I mean, hey, there's always hope. I'd love to see them come back in some capacity.
Yes.
That would
Shirley
be so
Henderson
sweet.
is the Anzellans' voice. All of them.
She was also a fully grown adult when she was moaning Myrtle. That's
I
true.
know, that's right. She was like 30
Yeah.
something.
She kind of looked it too in a way, especially
Yep.
when you get those 4K discs that come
She
out.
was born in 65.
No.
Yeah,
No.
November 24th, 1965. Isn't that crazy?
Kevin, with a name
Because I
like
remember
Myrtle, I
seeing
guess
that.
that doesn't, that doesn't
Yeah, I remember seeing
surprise
that
me.
with the whole Myrtle thing. I remember seeing her age and being like, "Wow, really? She's that old? No, great, no kidding."
Yeah. Israel also says he really enjoyed the movie. Man,
Yeah,
it's surprising to me with the early critic buzz, but I mean, people are really digging it, which is great. Really enjoy that. So we were going to have a giveaway. I saw someone ask about this earlier. We are gonna postpone the giveaway until next episode, but I think it will be a very cool giveaway that most of you do not have yet. Unless something changes, unless something drastic changes between
that's
tonight
right.
and the next episode, which could always happen.
Yeah,
Drastic
definitely
things
could
have been
happen.
happening between episodes every episode.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we have pushed that to the next one. I think you guys are really, some of you guys are really going to like it.
Mhm.
It is from one of the sublines, and most of you, if not all of you, do not have it yet. So it'll
Yeah.
be a fun giveaway. We'll do that next episode and we'll promote it a little bit more. Yes, Jason says he got his patrol gunship today, as did I.
His
We will take a look at that later.
LAATLE.
I have not opened mine yet. So I don't want to put that out there. Carson Tava giveaway. No, I actually think more people have Carson Tava than they do this ship. So
Yeah, I would agree.
teaser for that. All right, Kevin, long intro. Yes. Also a lot to get through, but I think a lot of this we can fly through. We had our last episode. It was crazy. They just dropped Series 12 pre-orders. And then 5 days later, they dropped Series 13 pre-orders.
I know, isn't that crazy?
And a 14. So things have been insane. Before we get to all that, I think we can run through that stuff pretty quick because it's kind of old news now. We'll just kind of recap and give some thoughts on it. But before we do that, let's take a little retail roundup and see what our peg warning is for this episode.
Yeah, not actually a ton going on the pegs. Just a lot is hanging out right now, but we do have some sightings actually of some Starfighter class actually seeing TIE Avenger in Walmarts, which is pretty crazy to see. And there have been just spattered reports of that. It doesn't seem like, I don't know about you, Cole, but it doesn't seem like that is a widespread thing. It seems kind
maybe
of like
not widespread, but it is interesting that out of nowhere
spots.
there were like 3 or 4 reports of it in 1 week. This is actually my photo. Both of these are my photos.
At your store?
Yes, I have never seen a TIE Avenger on the pegs. So
yeah,
I had seen a couple other posts mentioning they had grabbed one last week at Walmart, and then I saw this there. So it seems like, I guess, I don't, maybe regionally or something, but they were putting back out an older wave, which I thought was kind of interesting. But hey, anytime we can get more TIE Avengers out, absolutely great for the collectors, because I know that one stays pretty well sold out on Amazon, I believe.
I will say there was a short period of time actually where there was a clearance on some of the Starfighter ships, depending on Walmart's. I mean, it was not a widespread thing. But I ended up getting actually the Magna Guard for $2. It's kind of crazy
amazing,
that popped up. I don't know what the deal was. It wasn't listed as the Magna Guard. It was just Star Wars was the line. But yeah, that's about the only thing that I found. And then in Targets, you've got that Evolution Battle Pack is clearance at most stores. Yeah, roughly 50% off, depending on where you're at. And so, yeah, good. Glad to see that somebody else found the Avenger a couple weeks ago at Walmart too. But the those guys are just kind of hanging out. So those will get clearanced out as they're getting ready to pull in some of hopefully those a long time ago battle packs that we've seen.
Interesting that these have been clearanced recently, but not the AT-AT.
Yeah, the AT-AT had a little bit of a clearance run maybe 2 months ago where they had it discounted like 30% or something like
It
that.
didn't
And
seem
then
super widespread. I think that was kind of store by
no.
store basis, and they've had some sales on just Star Wars in general. I think they had that 20% off sale for a while. But
Yeah.
I would think they'd be more inclined to move those since we know the Falcon is coming.
Right. Yeah.
So
we'll be
a
it'll
whole
be
lot
interesting to
of
see what happens.
a long time ago retro releases coming to Target. So
Agreed. And then we've got all of the Amazon stuff. So I don't know. We probably don't want to run through all those pictures right now, right?
no, well, we could drop down and do
We'll
that
do
with
that here in a
product
little bit.
news, but
Amazon
so
Amazon has had a ton of stuff show up. So it looks like there were all the pre-orders that popped up there, which was pretty crazy to see. And then we also had some restocks other than the A-Wing and the Avenger, which is kind of crazy.
There's a few of the newest pre-orders still available, but a lot of the more interesting ones sold out. A little surprised that the Shikari Gangster Speeder still available, but to me it seems like potentially there's a little bit of an issue with Series 12 also available if you're looking at that. So those three are still available, and we talked about Series 12 last time. The Qui-Gon Jinn Starfighter has shipped out from Amazon. I don't even think
that's right. I saw
it's a
somebody
pre-order
got
anymore.
one. Yep.
A lot of people started getting those. So it's weird. We're kind of in a spot where Series 11 just shipped. I mean,
right.
We like last month or early this month, I think the first few days of this month, we were still getting Series 11 shipped to us. Hey, good news is the A-Wing back in stock.
Yeah, it looks like I've got
the
some
entire
stuff.
Series 11 lineup is available right now, which is great. And the Razor Crest, $25 on sale. Now, my suggestion would be to buy the one from Target.
On what? On Amazon?
The one on Amazon. The Razor Crest on Amazon, $25 instead of $35. But if you're going to spend that money, I'd say get this guy.
Yeah.
Pretty happy with this one. And after seeing the movie, I appreciate this one even more,
Yeah.
Really digging this, having the ship, having the teeny tiny little Zeb.
Looks like my Qui-Gons and the tank shipped.
The tank is shipped.
Yeah, from Amazon.
Hey, that's cool. Maybe I should have not ordered one the other day. I might have two showing up.
Well, that's good.
So all kinds of stuff on Amazon.
Use all types of these.
Really, really crazy.
Yeah, agreed. It does feel like there's a decent amount of stuff just waiting to show up now. I feel like between this stuff and some other things that I pre-ordered, I feel like I'm just waiting on pre-orders right now.
Yeah, we're all kind of in that holding pattern, and also just retail shelves in general. It's going to be interesting to see. Amazon's kind of pushing all this stuff out pretty quick now. How is that going to affect retail? And are we going to see new product continue to come in? Will we get stuck on Series 11 and or 10 and have Magna Guard fighters on the pegs? Will 12 come in? I don't know. I think when you get stuff kind of backed up like it feels like is happening right now, I'll be really interested to see what happens on the physical retail pegs.
Yeah, it's been interesting too because I know in my area I haven't seen anything move recently. I mean, after the first set of the battle packs hit, I think the first shipment, most of that stuff got picked up.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second shipment, as they put all that stuff out, has just been sitting there.
Yeah.
Just waiting.
We've done all right on the 2-packs, other than the shuttle one is kind of hanging out. I think there's been a couple of those that are still on the shelves, and maybe an AT-AT or two. I do think some of those AT-ATs are probably going to have to get discounted a little bit for people to pick up more. But
Yeah,
I don't think
I would agree.
I don't think they were unwise to get that back on the shelves, especially if the Remnant one wasn't going to be quite ready for retail yet.
Yep.
Well,
it might not be ready for retail, but it was ready for some giveaways. So interesting to see that one Twitter post pop up of, do you know who this guy was?
Yeah, so this is remove all the vowels and you have Black Series on Instagram. This is Zay, amazing toy photographer. And he does all kinds of content, all kinds of stuff. I believe now, he gets basically paid to do a lot of these photo shoots and things for product.
Nice. Cool.
And he'll even do classes, I think, in the LA area for toy photography. He'll partner with camera shops and things like that, and he's incorporated some dioramas in those classes that have Microgalaxy in them. So all these people there that are learning toy photography at this camera store will have a diorama with, Microgalaxy ships in it. Another one's maybe Black Series or something else, but seems to be fairly into the Microgalaxy line. But apparently he partnered with Jazzwares to do a giveaway at the I believe LA Galaxy soccer game.
Nice.
If it's not LA Galaxy, whoops, but it's over with. So pretty cool to see. They supplied him with all kinds of new product that a lot of it hasn't even hit the shelves yet. So they were doing giveaways, like a raffle. I think the grand prize was that Promolux Darth Vader costume there, you see.
Amazing grand prize.
Yeah, really. I mean, hey, that's like a, almost $1,000 grand prize there. But
I know. Yeah.
Maybe. Am I wrong on that? How much is that? Is $700, $800?
It was $1,000 at a point. I know it's been discounted a bunch of times, but no, it looks good.
Really, really cool prize. But yeah, we've got the brand new Hex here. We've got the TIE, and not the TIE Advance prototype. Yeah,
you got the TIE Advance prototype. You have the Twilight Squadron.
Inquisitor.
Yep.
The
Twilight Squadron. You've got the Ark in there, the Avenger, and then right there in the middle on the right side, you can see you've got actually the single pack of the Remnant AT-AT instead of like the big one that we saw from Amazon.
Yeah. And I can't remember if we mentioned it last episode, but somebody had some of these at they found some of these at a toy show in like the Midwest. No idea how, but some of these things are kind of out there in the public now somehow, even if they're not showing up on actual retail shelves. But cool to know that there's some people out there that have the Hex, and somebody has that new Remnant Walker, and I'm very, very jealous of them. Because at least for now, the shipping on that looks fairly far out, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen any listings unless you have.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the Amazon estimate is for that Remnant.
Oh yeah, it's not, the Amazon one is not until later for sure.
Yeah. Super, super cool. Give Black Series a follow on Instagram. Check out his photography. He's seems like a cool guy. Never met him, but seems like a good dude.
Nice.
Pretty fun. Nice to see, some kind of promotion and giveaway kind of deal. Jazzwares getting out there and trying something fun, especially tying in with the, it was kind of that same weekend the movie came out.
Right. But Kevin? I think that's it on the pegs, man.
Let's head over to the vault.
Okay. Let's do it.
So, if you tuned in last time, we were the patrol gunship had just gone up, and not 3 days later after our episode, we were treated with the premium edition of Mando's N1 Starfighter that went up for May the 4th.
Unbelievable.
And
it was kind of crazy too, because we've known about this version for a while, but to finally see it pop up was very cool.
Yeah, and really, we'll take a look at another Vault edition of something a little later, but this one, just from the photos, I think they can be kind of hit or miss, that you're paying double retail for, a little extra when it comes to packaging, paint detail, things like that. This one, I feel very comfortable paying that price for this, because you've got R5 here. Love it.
Yep.
This is a new-ish mold, correct? With Grogu on his chest.
Yep, Grogu on his chest.
I think a lot of the other ones we've seen, he's been hanging out on his back, right? From the Mando and Grogu releases, he's on his back.
Right? He's either on his back or he's on his speeder.
Yeah.
So, yep.
So really cool, and makes perfect sense to get him in the cockpit with him, almost looking like he's in his lap. Right. That way.
Yep.
And modified to fit R5. I think this is one we've kind of been asking for quite a while, right? I see this all the time. People saying, hey, we're getting all these re-releases. We're even getting Armada editions of the N1. We just want the alternate version with R5, and here we go. So not only is it a premium deco version, but it is slightly altered to be basically an exclusive Vault version that has R5 in there.
Correct.
And you can see he kind of goes in there, looks like sideways.
Yep.
And then Kevin, when it's flipped over on the bottom here,
dude,
there's a little thing for his jetpack on the bottom.
The best. Yeah. It's kind of hard to tell on that image because of the angle the photo's taken, but right in the center of the bottom of the body, you can see his jetpack, which is super clever. So glad that they did that, because that's one of the biggest disadvantages of some of these vehicles with the Mandalorians is you can't fit them in there with their jetpack on. So you kind of have to take it off and put it in their lap. But very cool that you can store that.
The weathering and airbrushing on this is really, really crazy.
It does look nice. It looks much better than when they did the one on Grievous.
Mm-hmm.
Where it just looks really bad, but this looks much better.
That one was not really weathered. I think it was just that bright white silver streaks, the real thin lines, just kind of. That was interesting implementation of it there. But man, this one I think is going to turn out great. I'm sure it's going to look even better in hand. So really, really excited about this one. Over the weekend, there was the Memorial Day sale with 20% off. This, because it is still a pre-order, not part of the sale. But I'll give you guys a little bit of a tip, and this is what I did after the sale was over. If you add stuff to your cart and just leave a few items in your cart, they will Shopify or whatever it is will just email you a 15% off code every now and then. And Kevin, I took advantage of that for this pre-order. Nice. And something else that happened over the weekend, the section in the checkout area for when you're adding to cart, you look at the cart, you've got the more items you may like section.
Yeah.
You could actually go in and individually add the Series 12 ships that they have in bundles. So I was able to go in and add the ships, added the tank, and the Hyena bomber.
Nice.
So hopefully those are shipping out soon. So I got those 15% off. Got the N1 pre-ordered 15% off, and I think that's I feel like that's a pretty good price. What is that? $450 off, I believe, of it. So you're talking about $25. I think that's great for $25. Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. This looks like it's kind of close to the level of that Millennium Falcon, Land Speeder, ATTE, just in terms of the effort and detail that's been put into this release. And man, I hope they see and hear the feedback on that, and hope the sales numbers tell that story as well. That when they go above and beyond on the detail like that, people are willing to do that.
Nice. Yeah, going through shop, it looks like even right now I've got the LAAT still sitting in my cart, and it looks like it's giving me an exclusive offer through shop, $5 off.
Yeah, that's another thing. If you use the actual shop
Like,
app, sometimes there's codes. Sometimes they'll do give back, like reward dollars, email you codes, things like that. So if you're willing to, spend a few minutes and kind of wait for a few days or so, sometimes you can find a little extra deal on there. It did not stack with the 20% off, but I waited until it was over, and with the N1, it did.
mhm.
It did take that off the N1, so it ended up being a better deal than the Memorial Day sale.
Nice. It looks like you
The
can go
patrol
into
gunship was part of the sale, so I know that's a little tricky when they have new product that's shipping out right before a sale. The people that were the early birds and paid the full price sometimes get a little upset, but that's just how things go.
Yeah.
Hey Jazzwares, how about an all expense paid giveaway trip for the 250th anniversary celebration convention 2027? TK, I will have you know, I haven't posted this anywhere yet, but I was fortunately able to get tickets to Celebration next year.
Nice. You
So
going?
I will be boots on the ground, Kevin, at Celebration. Hopefully, there's a Jazzwares booth there,
Oh, cool.
and I will be getting my first in-person footage from a booth there. So
Nice.
maybe we'll, if the internet at the Airbnb works, maybe we'll do a live from the ground Squadcast from LA.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah,
That'll be cool, man.
hopefully it works out. You never know; might be able to meet up with some of the friends of the show, maybe some of the viewers of the show, Facebook members. We'll maybe see if we can pull something together there. But
That'll be cool.
super excited about that, and pretty excited to be able to get some footage.
Yeah. How about that?
Let's see. So little I don't know how I was gonna actually announce that, but no better time than now.
Well,
I suppose.
you did it, man. There you go.
Yeah, and I believe the vault added. I didn't add the line items in there, but I know the vault added the Fiend Fighter as well to those bundles. So potentially the same thing. If you go and add some things to your cart, you might be able to see the individual Fiend Fighter available.
It looks like
as well.
they've got 6 bundles on here right now. So they've got the Marauder, the Amazon Marauder with one of the vault sets. They've got the Hyena Bomber. Yeah, they got the Hyena Bomber with the Scout Class Series 6. They've got the Rex's Y-Wing with the 104th ATTE. You got the tank with the Black Squadron TIE Fighters. You've got the E-Wing with, what is that? Oh, that's kind of weird that they did the E-Wing with the one of the other sets, box sets with the Maroc on it. Then you have the Fiend Fighter with the LAAT.
Yeah.
Those are your 6 different bundles. Interesting that they did it that way. I do like that. I think that's a smart idea, especially if you can discount.
So somebody mentioned this here. Something I've seen, and it might be the case for all of them that they have. The Hyena Bombers from the Vault bundles are coming on tank card backs.
Nice.
So
Typical.
if you're a person that's really into the these guys, if you really like the blueprint cards, you might want to hang on to that Amazon pre-order and not do the Vault, because it seems like if it's not just widespread, it's actually all of them, because I've seen so many posts about coming on the tank card back. So if you care about these and having the packaging and stuff like that, maybe wait for the Vault and wait for Amazon. and see what those look like, because whatever Jazzware's got, most of the card backs seem to be swapped on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. DC Metro says, I don't think I've seen a single correct one. Yeah, but maybe that's why they have them. I don't know. They sent them to the vault just to kind of do something with that if it was a widespread issue. Seems to be a widespread issue. So, yep, mine came that way as well. Matthew says, yeah, I don't know that I've seen one correct either. So fun stuff on Vault. We still don't have the next collector's box, but the more these waves stack on top of each other here, I don't know if we're gonna have like a couple months in a row of collector's boxes, or how they're gonna do them now that we've gone down to 4 items per wave. You know, they're gonna have to adjust the packaging, or at least the insert that's inside the packaging.
Yeah.
And depending on the size of the box and everything, it might be cheaper just to do new boxes instead of shipping those larger boxes with a lot of empty space in it. I'm sure somebody's run the numbers on that on their end, but
another thing that's new on the Vault, do you have this on here? So we got the bundling discussion, but they also have, whether or not this is like brand new or not, but they have now those Amazon bundles of the light armor class with the scout class on there.
From what series?
So they've got the TIE Fighter, the Armada TIE Fighter, the Vulture Droid, Anakin's Jedi Interceptor, and then the E-Wing is the one that's included with the one bundle.
That is new. I haven't seen that. I checked it earlier today, and I didn't notice that. I do feel like, you know, the tariffs have kind of come down, and just looking on what's left from the pre-orders, it would be awesome if they could bring that price down on Amazon of those.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
that's $23 for the light armor bundles. I thought they were a little steep at $20, but now that they're basically $25 after tax, it's definitely not a value. I would never say it's a value. The only reason I think people are into them and buying them is because a lot of times that's the only way to get the light armor is to buy those sets there. So, man, if they could get that back down close to 20, I think those would move a little better there. But yeah, just something I've been looking at and kind of wondering if do we still need these at $25 after tax?
Right.
All kinds of fun stuff on Vaults.
There is all kind of crazy stuff.
There you go. Let's keep rolling straight into the other new product. So much happened, Kevin, while we were between episodes here. You know, our last episode was right before May the 4th. So we had like boom, 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 May the 4th. I couldn't even keep up with all of the posts I was trying to do, you know, kind of gather the images, write up a post, do it 3 or 4 places, you know, wherever I'm posting everything. And if there's links, you know, trying to make links and get those posted around everywhere. So really, really crazy day there. But the first thing we saw that morning, I believe, as we warned people, there would probably be a Disney Store one. There was. Man, another 2-pack, Kevin. They are loving these 2-packs right now.
Yes, they are.
Let me pull the banner down so we can see that whole image. The Razor Crest and X-Wing. That's it. The Razor Crest and X-Wing. So
now I will say the one thing that's classic is on this image. This is the English version, I guess, or the US version of this packaging. There is one that is an international one, which is the one that I received, which says Razor Crest and /ET X-Wing. And so I was like, what the heck is an ET X-Wing? Okay, whatever. So spout that off in my review. Somebody comments on the post on Facebook that it's the international package and ET is and in French.
Oh.
So sometimes if you get this package and it says the Razor Crest and ET X-Wing, that's actually just an international packaging.
Ooh.
Which I was like,
I
oh my
I
gosh.
I definitely see what you're saying. That seems it's interesting they do that. I
Yeah.
it's
Agreed.
just it's
Trust me.
unfortunate the way that's formatted there. I think
Yes.
adding that with the slash and everything
Yeah. I
um
was like, what's an ET X-Wing?
is
But
yeah.
okay, whatever.
I
It's
guess maybe if you're French, you're kind of used to seeing things written that way. I don't know.
yeah.
That's very odd.
But
So,
either way.
Kevin, the Razor
Yes.
Crest mostly the same, other for I think the slight shade of silver on it was a little different than the
Yeah,
other
I think
ones.
the color of the plastic is actually very different than the Target version. It's
Right, but
probably 2 or
yeah,
3 shades darker than the Target version. It's very similar to the single pack
yes,
version. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you're looking at that, I think to personally of the 3, this is my favorite of the 3. It's the best looking one, I think. Um,
really.
yeah, because the yellow on it looks a little bit better. It looks a little more crisp, at least on the version that I got. And then definitely it's darker. Now, put the blast effects on this bad boy and you're off and running. But
Hmm.
fortunately, I've got my own blast effects I designed, so I can throw them on there as well.
Just in time for them to finally give them to us. You're going
That's
to
right.
start making them selling.
That's absolutely right.
um, so I passed on this for now. I will be picking
Mhm.
this up at some point, but it was not
Yeah.
one I felt like I had to jump on, especially with all the stuff that ended up going up that day for sale. But the X-Wing, basically the same
Basically the
as
same.
the other New Republic X-Wing. The
Yep.
Colonel Ward, I believe it comes with Colonel Ward,
Colonel
Sigourney
Ward,
Weaver,
yeah, and her
and
droid.
a droid. So there's
Yeah.
that. Probably the only way we'll be able to get a Colonel Ward micro figure, I assume. So
And it looks
worth a
great.
purchase. And if
Yeah.
it does happen to go on sale, I think it's a way easier pickup there to do that.
Nice. Thanks. Glad it helped you make your decision.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Colonel Ward figure looks really good. I mean, very similar to the
Does it
quality
look
of
very female? Can you tell it's a female or
no.
no? Yeah.
No. That's the one thing
Okay.
I mentioned that I think was just a miss. Like they did a female version of a TIE pilot. Why would they
Mm-hmm.
not do a female version of an X-Wing pilot? So but the helmet looks really good on it, very similar to the Red Squadron in terms of the quality. And
Yeah.
then the droid looks great too. At least the one that I got, the Tampo printing on the top, is
Uh-huh.
perfect. It
Nice.
looks really good.
Nice. Yeah. Stargazer says, I picked it up. Maybe should have waited. Just wanted Ward. I think probably a lot of people that were very enticed by getting that extra
Hmm.
character there to add
Yeah.
to the ranks. Um, it was not
Yep.
the only May the 4th release for long.
Hmm.
I believe the Hex went up really soon after that as well.
Yep.
Popped up on Walmart. And I think this is codename Arrow. So some of
Yeah.
us may have had this pre-ordered as a mystery listing on Amazon for a while. But this briefly showed up in Mall Shadow Lord. And I believe we've got the new micro figure for oh my gosh, what's her name?
Rook.
Yeah, Rook Cast. Is that it? Something like that.
I think so.
Yeah, so new micro figure for her, which is awesome. And Kevin, this looks really, really good. The weathering on this
Yeah.
is maybe some of the best we've gotten on a standard release.
Yeah.
Really, really interesting plastic tone as well, with that almost green
Hmm.
tint to it. And we've got the rust on it. I think it's really, really interesting. Now, the thing that might be more interesting
Yes, it
is
is.
everyone's first thought, I think, when they saw this was, oh, wow, can they just add a couple soft plastic bits to the end of that and make an actual gauntlet?
Yep.
I don't
And it
know.
sure seems like that. So, very interestingly, there was a discussion had with a brand manager a long, long time ago that mentioned, yeah, maybe the Gauntlet could work as a larger vehicle, especially with like the drop ship portion of it where like the figures are going out the bottom. And you can see in this picture that you've got the C clips in there in the front of that nose. So
Yep.
that makes me feel like in the show, I don't remember seeing anybody use that in the mall show.
In Maul.
But we did see that
Kevin, I barely
often.
remember this in the show at all, and maybe I fell
Oh
asleep
yeah,
during one of these episodes.
I
It couldn't
noticed
have
it
had a whole lot of screen
immediately.
time.
Yeah, immediately when it popped up, I noticed it. It was in like the first episode when it's flying in, and I was like, "Wow, that looks really stupid," because it was like it's just a gauntlet with the front of it cut off,
Mm-hmm.
and it functions the exact same way. But very very cool to see that, and and then again, I think here on the back, you can't really see it in this image, but if you can find this image somewhere, it does show that you can actually seat 3 people in the cockpit, and there is a droid peg in there as well. So
Huh.
that's another one that makes me believe that this mold will be reused at some point.
It
Um,
makes too much sense to not do that. I don't know how hard it is to add. My guess is the extensions on the nose and the wings will probably be that softer plastic that they use.
mhm,
It makes so much sense to just re-release this. And you know what?
yeah.
Listen, I own at least 2 different versions of Bo-Katan's Gauntlet. I've
Mhm.
got Maul's Night Brother. I'll buy this one again. I'll buy it again to have the
Yeah,
correct size. I'll do
correct. You
it.
could do
I'll
it.
buy
I
it
mean,
again.
you could definitely do a secondary version of the you could do both, just the standard gauntlet. You could then
Wow,
do the Night Brother with Ezra and Chopper and Maul. I think that would be fantastic to do that.
that's a good one. Good,
Nice.
good,
I like
good
that.
one there, Jace. Perfect gauntlet for Maul because it's also cut in half.
Yeah. I like that.
Cool release. So it's available on Amazon, or it was available on Amazon. I believe it's out right now, but Walmart had it as well. I'm sure it will not be super tough to find on since it's
Agreed.
Dreadnought. Dreadnought's been pretty easy to think just because the price point to find
Mm,
for a while. Yeah,
yeah.
very cool ship. I'm way more excited by the potential for Bo-Katan.
Right. I'll rebuy all the gauntlets as well, Stargazer.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
So we mentioned previously the N1 then went up on Vault.
Mhm.
Um, and like I said earlier, it's kind of crazy that the last episode we were saying, look at all these Series 12 pre-orders that dropped. Because now here we are, the next episode saying, look at all these crazy Series 13 pre-orders that dropped.
Mhm.
Like the fact
Yeah.
that they just shipped Series 11. We get Series 12 pre-orders. A few weeks later, we have Series 13 pre-orders.
Yep.
Absolutely bonkers. I don't know. These seem to be shipping later this summer. We'll see what it is. It looks like Series 14 might be closer to the holidays. If one of the images is correct and it's actually Series 14, then
Yeah.
yeah, I think it had a November date in the Amazon system. But thought we'd run through pretty quick and just recap
Yeah.
those, get some thoughts on those.
Sure.
The big boy that we already talked about, we had the Hex, and then we have this Remnant AT-AT from Mandalorian and Grogu,
And dude,
and
this
this is
thing
a
is
this is a
packed.
set right here. This is a
Yes.
set, and this says Battle Pack. So
Yeah.
it's possible that this is potentially exclusive to Amazon. I
Mhm.
don't know that, but the fact that it comes with 2 Scout class and 1 light armor class vehicle, it's a pricey little battle pack. My guess is we will also see these as a standard release with less in there. Surely, yeah. DC Metro says it is an exclusive. So, I'd say
Now,
this is a pretty good way to get it,
Cole.
because you're going to get a special INT. I believe it's like a maybe the paint's different on that one. I can't remember, but
It looks to be the same.
you've got a lot of that snowy
Well,
deco
no, it's
that's on
slightly different. Slightly different.
there. And this is bigger, right? I think we've lined up images and people have compared the size of the micro figures in the packaging, and it's definitely a bigger AT-AT, closer to what you've seen. Yeah, I believe this is $85, right? It's definitely pricey. So, what is that on top of? This would normally be 60, I guess, something like that. Lights and sounds.
60.
I'm also really curious to see what the lights and sounds are.
Yeah.
I think the sounds will be fun. I don't know if it's going to have some commander yelling. He's busting through the hatch or something, yelling at a. I actually think and if you've seen any of the little clips before the movie came out, I don't think this is a big spoiler, but I would actually love to hear just the targeting computer and the tap 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 on the back of Mando's helmet as a sound.
Oh yeah, that would
just
be
great.
Clank,
clank, clank, clank, clank.
Yep.
Clank, 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 clank.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a hilarious. That'd be a hilarious. Yeah. Craig says, "We're just pilots." I thought that was a really good line too. Yeah. So many funny moments in that movie. But love this. Listen, the AT-AT has, if not topped some of our best of lists, they've come very, very close to topping multiple of them. Yep. Obviously, the AT-AT kills it in this line. I'm sure this will be no different. And it's got the updated, some of these newer micro figures in there that are really, really cool.
Yeah. So you've got going through the micro figures that are in here. You have, let me pull this back up this way. You've got Mando, that looks like his cape there in the middle. It looks like Mando with Grogu on his chest as well. Then you got your tank, like your tank guy. Then you have a pilot, then you have a commander on the far left on the bottom row, 2 pilots, and then you have a snowtrooper there on the right. It's got 2 AT-RTs there on the right side, and then you get the INT-4 as well. That does look to be slightly different than maybe the common release. You can see like the window on the front of it is painted black. But the cool thing on that image on the top right is you can see that INT-4 will come out of the side of the vehicle, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot with this.
This is a solid release, and taking into consideration that it has electronics built in.
Yeah.
I would love to see even more of this. I think, if we go back to Toy Fair, I believe they had some of the side opened up and we could see in. Now, having seen the movie, I'd like to go back and check out some of those images.
Yeah.
Just see what's in there. But this is a great battle pack. I hope they can get it out sooner rather than later to just capitalize on whatever hype there is. Maybe if they can time this with the home video release, that might help it out, getting it available then. But really, really excited for this. My guess is this is actually one where I feel like it should have been the Mando with Grogu on his back. For this one, the having the one on the chest doesn't make sense unless you're putting him in the AT-RT.
Right.
And I guess maybe that's the idea here, is that you could.
Yeah, I think
he's running around below him, maybe. But I mean, this is one I think people will potentially want multiple of these AT-ATs just because of the scene.
Agreed.
Very, very cool release.
Yep.
Good job. It appears to be all new, which Jazzwares, thank you. Great job.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it.
Not reusing
Super
anything
cool release.
from the other stuff.
After that, we had the standard version of the LAATE
Oh, sorry, I
gunship.
forgot this picture here. We got this one.
extra image. So we've got with the standard here with 2 figures.
Yes.
And the Night Trooper does not have the pistol, so his E11. So
yeah,
the Vault exclusive one has the other mold, with the blaster, and just can't get enough of that. I wish they would pack that in with every other release to get those in rotation. But
now this
looks
is
really
just
cool.
the 3D render, correct? This is
It
not
looks like a 3D
product.
render. Who knows? But to me, it does look like a render. But I think I prefer this maybe to the Vault version, just because this can be used in any scene with any era. It's a lot more versatile than the one that you're kind of committing to a certain look with that Vault one, with the discolored panels. But really cool release. Next one, we're going down to Starfighters. They had the New Republic B-Wing.
I'm not sure if I got that right in the order. There we go.
There you go. Now, this one, I don't believe this one had packaging photo with it. But my assumption is this is our first Skeleton Crew marked release, right? Surely. What else would this be from?
But do you think that you would need to have something kind of like this to be able to go with it? Where it would be like a super laser? You
Kevin,
might need that.
That's for the Vault release.
Oh, is that?
That's gonna come with the $30 Vault release.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I do think that is cool. The print that you made there. I will definitely be grabbing that for that. I'm so psyched that we're getting anything from Skeleton Crew at this point. That this seemed like a no-brainer to me to get an alternate B-Wing.
Yeah.
You're getting a B-Wing back out there, super popular ship. You're getting a New Republic thing out there, which people are into right now. And we're finally dipping our toes into Skeleton Crew to see how it does.
It's possible, but I would agree with what somebody mentioned here, that it was actually featured in the film. It was a quick little flyby. It didn't actually fly in the air, but it was.
Kevin, I'll die if this is Mando and Grogu branded.
Yeah, we'll see.
Come on.
That would be so funny if it was.
Come on.
Does it show it on the listing? I wonder if it does.
I don't think so. I think it was just the.
It was just New Republic B-Wing is what it says.
Yeah, I believe so. I can.
DC Metro, come on, you got all the info.
Oh man, I didn't actually remember seeing I think maybe just parked on the ground. I was like, oh, B-Wing. Yeah. But I didn't remember seeing one flying around doing cool things. But that would be just my nightmare. Yeah, out of stock. It does not say. It just says New Republic B-Wing. Guys, don't do that to me. This has got to be Skeleton Crew branded, surely. To be honest, Kevin, I think it would sell better.
It does say down here in the bottom. So Republic B-Wing, save at Atten with the New Republic B-Wing. Show-inspired 5-inch vehicle is based on the ship from Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
Oh, saved by the copy at the bottom. Listen,
Play
that
features.
If we've learned anything, that does not mean it necessarily will translate to the packaging up top. But I don't know if Tim, did you make that copy? I certainly hope that's the case with a female pilot, B-Wing female pilot on there. So we've got another female. Wait, hold on now. So they've got this B-Wing female pilot mold here, but they couldn't use that for Colonel Ward?
Yeah, that's weird.
Right?
Very.
I mean, maybe the head's different on it, but...
Yeah, maybe I'd have to go back and look back at the review again of that, but I'm pretty sure that it's the same exact mold.
Yeah, maybe they wanted to keep the helmet accurate to the X-Wings and didn't want the slightly different B-Wing helmet, but interesting. They at least have the parts of a woman. Not the same helmet, but I can't remember. Is the head part of the torso as well? The head,
Yeah.
the full body and the
The
head
front
are
part
the
of the
same.
torso. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Let me see if I
that's
can
probably why
find
they did
this
that.
here.
But so
Yeah, I mean, looking at so yeah, man. Here's the I don't know if you'll see this on here, but there is the review. You can see those figures look to be whoop, what just happened?
it made you full screen.
Okay, can you see it?
Kind of. Are they the same?
They look to be the exact same.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
yeah. Well, okay.
No difference.
I'm excited for this. I believe this one's gone. But oh yeah, Hera body. Could it be the Hera body?
You could do yeah, it's
Says.
definitely not in the
Well, she
Colonel
had
Ward version.
yeah, that one's too different too, I guess, with the Leku. Head tails, Leku, I don't know, whatever that's called. Listen,
Wow,
I'm
man,
gonna
you pulled
believe
out some serious
I'm gonna
info
trust
there.
in
I
the copy.
never heard that.
I'm gonna trust in the copy and
Mhm.
believe. I don't know if Mr. Tim Bungaroth wrote this, if he's still doing the copy on this these days, but I'm gonna trust in it, and it's gonna be Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
I'm
okay, fair.
just waiting for it. So the next one now, Kevin, this repaint excited me. This next one, hardly a repaint.
It looks like there's a little battle damage there right on the right side by that logo.
I think so. It's possible.
And on the front, and right on the very front. Like, see right on the nose there, just
Yeah.
above where the guns are.
So we've got the Clone Wars Y-Wing again. And man, why they didn't just do Anakin's is beyond me. I don't know why we're going with Ahsoka and almost the same, if not the exact same Y-Wing. It to me, the next move was obviously to get the yellow one out with Anakin.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will still see that one at some point.
Right.
I'm sure we'll see it again. But this one, I'm kind of confused why this was the next decision for this. You can see it's also interesting. You can see the droid like in the render up top, but the droid's also there.
Yeah, nice, very good.
Yeah, well so definitely renders. It's cool. I think I pre-ordered one. This was not necessarily in what felt like a repaint heavy wave in general. I think maybe to save some budget for Mandalorian and Grogu stuff. Couldn't you just done the same thing but yellow?
Yeah. I hope that this one they get it to snap together a little bit better, because certainly running into that problem. I don't know if you've had that happen with yours, but the top and bottom portion of it isn't snapped together on some of them, and so those front guns are like real wobbly.
Do we have this Ahsoka?
I was just looking
Series
at that and
7,
thinking,
was this season 7? Looks like the Battle of Mandalore Ahsoka, right?
That's a great question. I feel like I don't remember her being in blue.
So the Ahsoka might be new. Oh,
unless the T6 had her.
Yeah. So this is the first time we've got a season 7 Battle of Mandalore Ahsoka figure. So that's cool. I mean, at least you're getting a brand new figure with this, and the details on this do look pretty nice. This is obviously not final product, so who knows? But the detail looks really nice and sharp on that one. So cool one. We're getting a new figure, but not quite as exciting as to me as the B-Wing was.
Right.
Moving on down, we do get something brand new. The Shikari Gangster Speeder.
Kind of cool. Like, I'm digging this thing, man.
Again, Mando with Grogu on his chest, and I believe so. We've got the painted T visor. So the Mando with Grogu on his chest is that newer mold does not have the molded detail for the visor. It's just a blank visor with the like Tampo or print on it there.
Yeah.
So
now this is the one, like in the trailer with him and Zeb in it, correct?
yeah, so I wouldn't call this necessarily a spoiler. Grogu not in this with Mando, so they could
Oh yeah,
just
that's right. They
done
could have just done
a
Mando.
with this with no Grogu, and it actually would have made a little
More
more
sense.
sense.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this was the clip they released before the movie came out. Grogu's in there not knowing what button to press because that's a moment they decided he was an infant and not an intelligent being.
Yeah.
His understanding of things just is totally different based on what the scene needs. He's either like just a totally like, blob, doesn't understand anything, baby.
Right.
Or, he's
He's
completely sentient 50-year-old brain. But another interesting thing about this one, and I think this is, a lot of this probably too is the info that they're given early. Who knows what info they have? So they may not know who's actually in the scene when they're given this design. So I'm not going to fault them for that. I'm also not going to necessarily fault them for, at least in this picture, Mando is in the blue car and he's being chased by the people in this black car. So there's a
I don't
chance
think I
we could see
that. I thought they were all the same color, but
yeah, he's in a blue one and the black one is chasing him. So there's a chance we could see a repaint of this in the blue version that might come with Zeb or something like that. I think it'd be cool.
Nice. That'd be a smart idea. I mean, they're going to have to reuse this mold. They wouldn't do it just for this one.
Or it could come with Commander Coin. Yeah, I think having the blue one would definitely be a great idea for a chaser rare, just to have, you could legitimately set up that scene.
You know what they'll probably do though, Cole?
The
is do them individually and then do a battle pack.
And then a battle pack. So you've got the Razor Crest, 2 of these guys in each color.
Yeah.
And then maybe that's the only way to get the Rod of the Hutt figure.
Dude, how
Kevin,
great
I don't
would
know
it
if
be
you know
if they
this,
do that? Yeah.
But it's hard to be your own man when Jabba the Hutt's your father.
Yeah, you're right. Or your own giant worm.
I do love that's been one of my favorite memes post movie. It's just you hear that several times throughout the movie, maybe too many times, but kind of fun little thing to poke fun at.
Yep.
Were you surprised by Rod of the Hutt in the movie? Did you like him more than you thought you were going to?
I wasn't expecting as much screen time, I think. But yeah, I don't know. He was not as annoying as when he was a little baby in those couple episodes.
For sure.
Clone Wars. That was the worst.
Yeah, a lot of people saying one of the best parts of the movie, they thought.
Oh, yeah?
They really liked him.
Good.
I think it's like Anzellan's, Rod of the Hutt, and then Grogu antics under that. And then maybe right under that, really cool droids.
Yeah.
So fun release. I assume this is light armor, I believe. Correct. If I'm not mistaken, I'd love to see this again in the blue.
It does come with a scout class vehicle as well. That was the thing with the listing.
Did I? So I may have totally missed this. Did any of these listings have the scout class in the listing?
None had the scout class. Let me see if it's got the. I remember the cost is the same. It does say that it has the bundle. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, they updated the image. They added a second image now here with the actual vehicle with.
Yeah, I see the one for the TIE Interceptor has that as well, but
which it did not have that originally. It was just that one image we were just looking at.
I'm just.
Are you going through to see whether or not they've got?
I'm pulling all the tabs down, just to see if maybe they've added info for what's going to be in that wave. And it does not look that way.
Yeah, it looks like the INT4 still only has the image of the box. It doesn't have like the individual image of the item like we're seeing with these other ones.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything there.
Man.
It just
Forgot how
saying it
much I
comes
spent
with
on that. That's an ouch number looking at
the
the bottom
23.
line. Well, no,
The
I
whole
mean just
order.
with what I picked up. Yeah.
Yep, for sure. Well, yeah, the $85 Remnant AT-AT does not help that bottom line for sure. So moving on to the next light armor bundle,
Yes.
we had Major Von Reg's First Order TIE Interceptor.
Yeah, it's just an interesting one.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Does this go back to Star Wars Resistance?
I am not sure. So you'd know
Someone
better than me
was
on
this a
that.
Resistance guy? I did watch Resistance. Interesting. We're getting a slightly new mold here, with the wings like this.
I mean, this is totally new.
First Resistance item here.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is reused from the First Order TIE Fighter.
It doesn't look like it, to be honest.
And then the wings are totally new. I know there's the antenna on the First Order TIE Fighter.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but looking at how that connects into the wing, this strut is not the same. I mean, this looks like a brand new.
Yeah.
mold.
Well, and Dave kind of is saying what I was thinking here. I think it's insane that the line with this wave will be tied with Skeleton Crew one item, which is a repaint. Resistance, Star Wars Resistance cartoon. Yeah. One item that's mostly a new mold.
They've got some awesome looking vehicles in that show, though.
They do. Listen, for whatever faults that show had, I think it was definitely geared towards a certain younger skewing audience. There's really cool ship designs in there, and I wouldn't be upset with them releasing several of them. I think the problem there is I don't know what the audience is for those ships and that show versus the amount of almost all new tooling that would have to go into most of those.
Oh yeah, 100%.
For the figures are all new tooling. The ships basically all new tooling. So maybe you could throw in like a BB-8 in there. It would be an expensive show to dive into, and maybe they're looking at the sales of this to see, is it worth diving into that? But
to be honest, I mean, if you're walking by and looking at the pegs and you see this cool looking red TIE fighter, regardless of whether or not you're a fan of Resistance, I think from a
lot of people may not care.
That thing looks sweet.
Yeah, it's striking. Yeah, I really like that. It really is. So great choice. Even if it's Resistance, it's just wild that we're here. We have Resistance. Very, very cool ship. New figure, I believe. I love the micro figure there, that pilot.
Yep.
The Armada edition for that, at least Starfighter, I think, was the First Order Special Forces tie getting another release. So there is that.
It's like a grab bag of
if you missed that one.
It feels like the only thing that we're missing from that series that I think would make it even more wild is if they did the
Young Jedi
one of the
Adventures
chases.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that'd be a good one. If one of the chases was the Anakin's Azure Angel. That's the only vehicle from the Clone Wars cartoon series that we're missing right now, beyond some of the gigantic ones.
We are
desperately
missing that one.
At 3 years ago,
and listed on Walmart 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Jordan Blaney, exactly. Bring us nubs. I believe that show is over, so it feels like the door is closing on ever getting nubs. I would definitely rather have Neil at this point, I suppose.
Yeah.
The last
still
one,
hope, man.
Series 14. We think, based on the image, Series 14, which should
Yeah,
be
it
in the
says
fall
14
this
on
year.
there.
We've got a single release of the INT-4 interceptor here, the mini rig,
It is
I believe they call it.
amazing. It is amazing that they made this. This was
Yeah.
like an absolute total out of left field shock. When I remember when I saw the image and everybody was going nuts with the poster image of this vehicle
Mm-hmm.
in the background. And they're like, oh my God, what's that vehicle? It's the INT-4. It's the mini rig from, Kenner a long time ago or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting. And then all of a sudden, days later, an image pops up of a Micro Galaxy Squadron version. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. It is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So this thing is light armor,
Yeah.
but like the land speeder, it is physically, size-wise, somewhere in between light armor and a scout class, right?
I'll
Just
tell you how
absolutely
big it
tiny.
is. I'll tell you how big it
So,
is. It's as big as if you took an ATST and you
mhm,
popped the head off the ATST, that's it. That's how big
yeah.
it is. I mean, it's literally the head of an ATST.
So I guess with the Remnant AT-AT, some people have them out in the wild. Probably not a lot of people, but there
Yeah.
are people that have these out in the wild. Someone that had one of these, I believe, sent one to you to design a stand. Is that correct?
That's
So
correct.
currently you are borrowing one from somebody and you have it in hand, right?
I'm looking at it right now.
Can we compare sizes here? Keep
Yeah, let
keep it
me
PG.
okay. So, yes, the flight stand is made. You're going to see that pop up here soon. So, first thing I'll do is show you, here is your ATST head.
Nice.
Here is your INT-4.
Very close.
I mean, very close.
Hmm.
Yes, thank you, Rebel Scale. You're the man. So yes, the flight stand is designed. It's going to work perfect. But yeah, very, very cool. It does have the opening wings on here as well. So it can fly. This is it's got the logos there on the inside of the wings. And then it does actually have an opening cockpit as well. So incredible detail for a vehicle that's this small. And then the laser cannon here on the front is actually on a ball joint. And so it can actually move around quite a bit. So pretty cool. And then it looks like the guns here on the side may move slightly as well, just a little bit.
Don't want to pull on it too hard since it's not
Yeah,
yours.
exactly. No, gonna try not to break it here.
Very cool.
But no,
Yeah, so
very cool. I mean, it is tiny, teeny tiny.
for the Series 14 one, the pilot would be the I think that at least Hasbro is calling them the Imperial Warlord.
Yep.
Is what the figure says for that one. I can't remember if he was named in the movie. They may have said his name once at some point in the movie, but he is the guy from the opening scene there that does fly this shortly. Next show's giveaway. Fair question. No, this does not belong to either one of us. So
no, it does not belong to me.
This is going back to Jonathan.
Yep.
Gonna get that back to him. But hey, there's some out there. People have them in hand. Very few people, but maybe these will show up on eBay with that Remnant AT-AT.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
it's
mind
amazing
getting my
how
hands on
quickly
one a little bit earlier.
For sure, and it's amazing how quickly these things get out there once some of these listings pop up.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
so
either way,
that was wild. Some of this is still in stock, some of it's not. The INT-4, a lot of the light armor is still in stock, but I think the bigger stuff is gone. The Hex is unavailable, Y-Wing unavailable, B-Wing unavailable for now, but those will probably come back in stock here before too long. So, breaking news as of earlier today. I don't know if we got it. I think we had kind of an inadvertent product reveal, by Star Action Figures. I can't imagine there was some kind of crazy embargo on this, so they just put it up for pre-order. So we've got our first images of another battle pack, Kevin. Again, they're loving doing these battle packs. I believe this is I think DC Metro, once this came out, DC Metro did some digging, and I believe this is a Walmart exclusive in the US, but Star Action Figures has it up right now for pre-order if you're in the UK or maybe Europe if they ship to you. But we've got the T6 versus Fiend Fighters. You can see a theme here with these battle packs. We've got what seems like just a pretty straight repack of Shin's fighter and the T6, and then some battle damage on Marok's fighter here. So Marok's fighter, obviously a chase at one point. We've got some battle damage on it, so they can re-release it and pack it in here. I believe Hu Yang looks a little more detailed, so...
Yes, I already have a flight stand design for this too, which is amazing.
For both, for both of these, right?
I've got it for the T6 with some little arms that stick out, so you can have the Fiend Fighters flying. So, but it would be interesting to see if these are any different. As we take a look at the next image of the packaging, it looks like it's the same kind of way that they had this package before, where the T6 doesn't have that secondary part of its wing on. I mean, I can't tell if
the weathering on it
looks.
The weathering on it looks a little more severe than what the original release has.
Hold on a second.
If you look at
T6
the side
does have some damage.
Yeah, if you look at the side of it there, right behind the cockpit, there's some blast damage. And then above the midsection on that wing there's also some scoring on there.
I see that. All
so apparently you've got battle damage T6 and battle damage Marok's Fiend Fighter. Shin's maybe faring pretty well. Like, I don't see any battle damage on that one, but listen, these were really cool releases when they first came out. It's not, I don't feel like it's maybe something I need to double dip on right now, but I don't know. If you missed on a Marok and you're a super big Marok fan, maybe this is the time to jump on it. I don't know. I'm interested who the customer was in mind when they were putting this one together. I don't know if maybe they thought that it was going to come out a little closer to when the original show, season 2 was going to air.
Yeah. The other
maybe
part of
by
it
the time
too,
this comes out, we will have a trailer for season 2. Maybe that's the case.
And the other part of it that's interesting as well, I mean, I guess you kind of have to put these two together.
It does look nice. I mean, that T6 does look nice.
Yeah, but I feel like the main ones that were fighting was that other Fiend Fighter. The one that we just got.
And that's the other thing too. This is coming out right around the time of the general fleet builder Fiend Fighter. So, I guess if you didn't have this already, you can buy the pack here, get that knocked out, and then you can buy a few of the Fiend Fighters that are coming out shortly here.
Sure.
For Series 12,
love
right?
the T6, man. The T6
it's a great ship.
Amazing.
Very, 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 very good ship. If you don't have this may be a great time to jump on it.
Sure.
One of my favorites from last year. I really, really enjoyed it. Or 2 years
so well
ago.
done with the interior in it. The interior when you go inside, like how it actually swivels, the cockpit that opens, it is really cool. I've got it actually, the wall mount I've got it sitting up on the wall right here, and it looks so cool. Like,
and now who knows, that there's a chance that maybe some of the interior has additional deco since it's getting re-released. I don't know. I wouldn't hope for that, but always a possibility. And again, we've seen this before. When they do these big expensive molds, they're just going to try to find ways to kind of
any way to repack it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Repackage it. I don't fault them for that at all. It costs a lot of money, a lot of parts go into that, a massive amount of tooling. So Um, you know, cool. Maybe they'll still be around by the time the show season 2 starts to get some hype.
Yep. Zooming in here on the image on the box, I mean, there's definitely that battle damage on the T6.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Marok there.
At least as far as Star Action Fit, no info on the US other than I believe it's intended to be a Walmart exclusive. The shipping date, at least for right now, on Star Action Figures is July, they say. So this one is not that far off.
Yeah, that Marok figure does look slightly different. I'd have to check
more
and
silver,
see.
Yeah,
it does look a little.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yes, Hu Yang definitely looks like he's different paint as well.
Mm-hmm. All of the figures in that look really clean. I know at least with the first go around, the printing seemed to have a little trouble with the overhang of Shin's bangs.
Mm.
Do you remember that? So a lot of the Shins would have kind of a black line under her bangs because it didn't get a lot of the facial, the flesh tone didn't get all the way up, but the hair paint also didn't go under that overhang. So there was a lot of weird like black lines under her bangs there. So it's possible too they kind of clean that up.
Hang on a second. I'm going to grab this Marok really quick. I want to see if it's
do that paint app a little better on that. But yeah, this popped up early this morning, I believe. So keep your eye on if you're ever looking for new stuff, keep your eye on Star Action Figures because they're just kind of throwing stuff up. I don't think it was too long ago that they put up another one like this.
So yeah, the that I wish I could do like a comparison of it, but here is a picture of Marok right here. So you can see the color of it looks different. It does look like right here, it's much darker gray on this one. And you can see the like the pitting and stuff like that of the paint, which it looks like that doesn't have that in that set. It looks much more like just a solid black color.
Yeah, so slightly different.
And then the figure, oh yeah, for sure. The figure is almost all, it's a very dark,
like gunmetal
gray. Yeah. I mean, that looks almost black.
Yeah.
The figure does. So it looks like there's going to be some value in that set.
Yeah. That I think, especially if you didn't pick up the T6. Now, depending on the price, we'll see. I know the T6 was $30 when it first came out, which felt like a steal at the time.
Yeah.
Just because of the play, it's very complicated play features. If you don't have it, a lot of detail, a lot of play features, play areas in it. It's a really, really cool release. But if you didn't pick it up, this is
what are you thinking? It's probably dreadnoughts are typically 50.
Yes.
And then you got 30 for each for the two Fiend Fighters. So you're talking $80.
Yeah, it's tough to know because it obviously with the conversion, the currency conversion there, it's not 1-to-1. Let me search by newest. They put up the hex as well, so the hex is $39.95 on their site. Which I believe, and $29.95 for the 2-pack, $12.95 for light armor. So they are listing things for almost the same price as they are in the States, which would mean that one currently on their website is $69.95.
Yeah.
Because I think MSRP on the Dreadnought should be $49.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you did $40 for the Dreadnought and then you're doing
39, yeah, 39. So
yeah,
that's what MSRP should have been on that when it was first released, right? It was 39. It pre-ordered at 29, which was a steal, but yeah, 39 should have been the price. So you're looking at 40 and then another 30 for the two Starfighters.
Yeah, so $70.
Yeah,
still
Starfighters, right? Those aren't those are Starfighter class.
Yeah.
So I get it. The numbers make sense, but yeah, I think if you already own all three of those, you might be a completionist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it 69. All of these look pretty analogous to our cost here in the States. So 69.95 might be what they're suggesting Walmart do. I guess Walmart could always come out and just say, "Hey, we'd rather do it for 59 or whatever 65." Cool. It looks there's some empty space in that packaging for sure, but I do think it looks nice. The reds and the golds and all that kind of in there. It looks nice in the packaging.
Yeah. Agreed.
Good looking set there. So Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
that was a lot of product news.
That was. Did we hit everything?
What's that?
Did we hit everything?
I think that was it for all the product news. I do think for our discussion topic this week that I briefly want to hit, Jordan Blaney, what's up? Saw you in chat, sent us this question, and I think this was probably going to be something we chatted about anyways, but
yeah.
He poses the question, what now that Mando and Grogu is out in theaters, what would we like to see from the movie?
Yeah.
And listen, pretty cool, and I think a sign of trust between Lucasfilm and Jazzwares that's growing, that we've got as much product on the way and already revealed as we do. The fact that we've got with the Remnant AT-AT already on the way, already in some people's hands. The INT-4, crazy that even exists, but that is in a few people's hands and on the way. The Shikari gangster speeder on the way as well. It's just like, we've got some product on the way. It's pretty insane, but
yeah,
I did in the repaints, stuff like that. So I wanted to take a quick look at an image that was making the rounds this past week of a lot of the fighters, a lot of the ships and vehicles that we saw in the movie. Yeah. And I think most of this is pretty spoiler free. I think all of this has been seen in trailers. Imbo is in trailers, so if you've seen Clone Wars, that's what his ship looks like. It's just briefly in it, but I don't think we'll get too spoilery here. A lot of this is seen in Legos, seen in trailers, all that kind of thing. We've obviously got the Razor Crest, but from the trailers we see the U-wing. Kevin, the U-wing to me, not that I am in desperate need for it, but the U-wing to me is a no-brainer for them to reuse that mold. And
I can't imagine that
Mandalorian and Grogu.
I can't imagine they won't.
Surely that's on the way in some kind of battle pack something. That just seems like got to be a no-brainer that that's on the way. I would say that is honestly probably the most likely release at some point. Maybe not the soonest we'll get another new reveal from the movie, but I would say that one's got to be a lock, right? Your only question there is who's coming with it, and it's probably going to be your wide release of the pilot Zeb. My guess is you'll get Zeb in there and Mando, and I don't think, I know there was one or two people that hadn't seen the movie yet. I guess from this point on, we've got over 100 people between the two channels we're streaming on right now. Yeah. Just the lightest of light spoilers. Nothing crazy story-wise. If you're feeling super sensitive about it, we'll see you next next
mute for just a couple seconds here. Mute for 60 seconds.
The lightest of spoilers. You've been warned. But Rada, I don't know. I think Zeb, Mando, Rada makes sense for this. Same thing. Kevin, I would love to see Rada come with that instead of another Razor Crest. If we have to buy another Razor Crest to get Rada, I would be so sad.
I don't think you can fit him in the U-Wing, to be honest. Unless they take the seats out of it, there's no way you could fit a figure in there of that character.
Yeah.
Depending on how big they make it.
Does that have to be? Is that the precedent? Does it have to fit inside the vehicle to come with the vehicle?
I would think it has
Um,
to.
I feel like it's a
Um,
lock to get that. I would love to see Rada with it, but you're right, it probably wouldn't fit.
yeah.
I don't want to buy the Razor Crest again
Hmm.
to get a Rada figure. And Kevin, I'll be honest, Rada's speeder there at the bottom that he's briefly in,
Yeah.
I would be shocked if that comes out, if that's a
Right.
release. But that's a great one. It would be a cheap one. That would certainly be the cheapest way to get Rada. I do really, really, really want him in the line. Not as much as I
Hmm.
want his father. It's hard to be your own man when your father's Jabba the Hutt. And
Good
I
one.
would love to have Jabba the Hutt with his sail barge. Top
Yeah.
one in the line right now. Way down the list would be his son Rada, and the speeder seems like the cheapest way to make that happen.
Right.
Um, I think of the list of ships we've seen in here. Obviously, there's some repaints from Adelphi we could get.
Hmm.
Um, I'll tell you looking at this. What do you think my top one from this list is?
I would say the gangster fighter at the top.
The Anzellan ship.
Oh yeah. That would be another really tiny one. That
I
would be
don't
like,
know how they can do that. I don't know what size that would be. I guess it would have to be light armor potentially.
you could make it scout class. I mean, it's small enough to be a scout class vehicle with the
Um,
Anzellans molded in there, and it's got the one little door on the side you can open and see them inside.
so I think
That
we
would be
saw
sweet.
this. I think we talked about this when we saw the like Anzellan speeder from the trailer that we kind of
Mm,
went through the trailer. There's the Anzellan speeder. I don't even remember that from the movie, to be honest. I remember it from
yeah,
the
I don't remember
trailer.
that either.
Looking back, there's several things, a couple things in the trailer that I didn't see in the movies, but
Hmm.
uh, the Anzellan ship, I think I want just for the fact of getting a tiny, tiny, tiny set of Anzellans, and I think the only way you
Yeah,
can do that is to mold them all together. It
mold
would
them
have
all
to be
together. Yeah.
it would have to be almost like they did like Micro Machines or something like that,
Hmm.
where it's just one, not even articulated. I think it's just one clump of a
Yeah.
mold there that can kind of peg
But that's what
into
I'm
the
saying. I think
cockpit
you
there.
could do that. You could do that literally in scout class, where you
Yeah,
have
I
just the one door on the side that opens that has that molded figure, and you can pop them right in there.
my guess is this is only a little bit smaller than an A-wing, probably.
Oh, it should be way smaller. I mean, it's not even as tall as
I know
Mando.
Mando can't fit in it height wise, but I'm sure he could have laid.
I don't think so. I think
Um,
if you laid him down, it's probably the same length as him. It's probably, you know, would be an inch basically.
maybe it's hard to do. The problem is, I don't think you can make this a scout class just because of the amount of tooling that would have to go in. We've seen some pretty crazy things in scout class. For this to have a feature where it opens and a larger figure with multiple people in it, yeah, I mean, it might be land
Okay,
speeder
here you go.
size, if not a hair smaller than land speeder.
Approximately 4 meters long is what the and
That's
two
pretty good.
meters wide. So that's you're talking 12 feet.
Yeah, I mean,
12 feet, so 2 inches at that scale. At a 172 scale, it'd be 2 inches.
yeah, I mean, you could. I, it that would make the most sense. I just don't know that they're
That
gonna.
would definitely be a scout class.
Yeah, and 3 inches, I guess, is makes it a small, a light armor, but
Right.
I'd find it hard to believe you'd go to all that effort and then sell it for $5.
Well, if you
I
did,
get.
you could certainly have it molded
I
kind of
think it would
like you're
make a
saying.
great option for a
Well,
battle pack.
but to be honest though, Cole, I mean, you've got the probe droid that has the opening piece to it. You've got the spider droid that has the articulated legs and the articulated head. I mean, I don't think it's a stretch for them to do that as a scout class with a little opening door on the side.
In a
I mean,
perfect world, yes. I would
That
be
doesn't seem like a
surprised.
bad idea.
I would be surprised, but yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, that would be ideal because you're paying $6-7 for it, and it's a really really cool ship. And again,
It
the
would be
Anzellans
cool.
are just such a great part of the movie.
Yeah.
Second on that list would probably be the Hutt Patrol ship, just because it's a very 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 unique fighter, very unique fighter. And that gives us that might be one of the few ways that we could get those cool droids that we've seen
Yeah.
from the figures. And if you've
The
seen
droids
trailers,
are really
figures like
cool.
that, there's some droids. That'd be a really cool way to get some of those figures in there, and just an interesting starfighter in starfighter class. So really really cool. And that's maybe one they could, we've kind of seen that Hutt ship before in Clone Wars, correct?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's one they could potentially even repack for Clone Wars, which I know would be very, very. Yeah, you could get it if they reuse the mold somewhere. They could probably put them with Staps in the blind boxes. So I think Staps make a great idea for Scout class if we're trying to get even more of the movie out there. The Shikari Gangster Fighter. Kevin, do you remember us dissecting these images?
Oh my
and
gosh,
saying
so much.
I got so many people texting me that they were vulture droids. I'm like, I do not think those are vulture droids.
Yeah.
But who knew? They're brand new design, very interesting looking. Not one I think it's really interesting. It's not one I'm dying to have necessarily in my collection. I think I'd probably pick up one, maybe two, but it's cool. I don't know where
It
do you
is
fall
cool.
on that? Is it?
I wish that in the movie you actually got a chance to see it.
I was gonna say, do we even see who's flying these?
You barely even see it. It's just a blur in almost the entire scene. There's one, because I was doing I'm like so into it when I'm watching it, because I'm like, I want to see what the hell is this ship? What is this thing? And it keeps like zipping by and zipping by. And then there's one scene where it slows down for just a little bit, and you get a chance to see the back of it as it flies by. And I was like, that's not a vulture droid, but I can't tell what the heck that thing is. But yeah, I mean, there is the picture of what it looks like, and that thing looks sweet. I mean,
Images
it looks
taken
like
from Topps cards.
this looks like a it looks like a Prowler. Remember the old Dodge Prowler?
Chrysler,
Or yeah, whatever it was, the
Dodge, whatever it
Prowler.
was.
That's what
Yeah.
the front of this looks like, with some
Oh my
wings
gosh.
on it and some guns.
Make it purple. Does it come in purple?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I think it looks
I see that.
sweet. Yeah, I think it looks really cool.
It's super interesting, almost insect-like in a way, but it's like a hot rod insect.
Yeah.
It's
Hot rod,
super
totally.
super interesting. It doesn't do a whole lot for me personally, but I'd pick up one or two. I mean, I think this is the point where it'll be interesting to see how
Plymouth
much
Prowler.
Yeah,
That's
Plymouth
what it is.
Prowler. That's right.
Yeah.
This will be the point where we see how much are they willing to invest in the movie. Is this something that this other starfighter that probably zero reuse for this?
Battle pack.
Yeah, maybe
Battle pack
but
with a Razor
that's going to be
Crest.
your one of your only ways to get this out there. Yeah, interesting to
But you
see
could
how
get
much they invest in the movie.
You could do a
And
battle damage version.
Very short scene, and these are gone. They're blurry the whole time they're in there.
Yeah.
So I would say that I wouldn't be shocked if they did this, but my guess is this has to be down on the list of things. There's no reuse here. It's all new. Probably can't reuse it again. I'd be a little surprised if we see it. But yeah, as DC Metro says, throw it in a battle pack with the Razor Crest.
Yep, there you go, man. Put two of them
The
in
Razor
there.
Crest now rivaling the Falcon for most repacked vehicle.
Yeah, there's 5 of them right now.
If you don't, I guess you don't count the X-wing, but because the Red Squadron. But if you don't count Red Squadron, yeah, pretty crazy.
Yep.
We had one more, I believe. Do we have so Imbo's guillotine? I'm not saying it would never happen, but
Yeah.
I am saying I would be shocked from a business perspective if this came out.
What size do you think they'd have to make it? I
I
mean,
think
it
it's
should
huge.
be
I mean, it's.
Starship. It
I
should be
think it's.
Starship, although I think you could probably get away with making it a Starfighter class.
Oh, I don't. I mean, I'd say it's got to be Star. I mean, you're talking almost Dreadnought, I think, right? Or
Not really, actually,
Starship.
because I was paying attention to that too. When he walks into the vehicle, when you see him walk in,
Mm-hmm.
it's not as big as you would think. The interior looks bigger than what it seems, but yeah, I think you could do Starship for this for sure. I
If
don't think
this
you'd
is
have to do Dreadnought.
Starship, I'd say I'd give it like a 50% chance if this is Starship. In
Mhm.
my mind, I'd say you got it 50-50 maybe if it's Starship. If it's closer to Dreadnought, oh man, hopefully there's like a 10% chance this
Yeah,
comes out. I think it's cool. I see a couple people in chat saying they want one,
yeah.
but I can't imagine this thing flying off shelves if it's $40 or more. So Starship, if they can fit that in Starship, that's a cool release, and it's probably one of the few ways you get an Imbo figure. Can you imagine if you got a tiny little dog?
That would be sweet.
You got his little dog. I don't remember what the dog in this movie's called. I think it's his second dog.
Yeah. I
Um,
think it would have to be a Mando with it again. A
no,
Mando with a Grogu attached to his stomach or to his
Autobot
chest.
JK Transformer says, to be fair, this seems like a better pick for Dreadnought than the Hex. I don't disagree with that. I,
100%
I don't know that the Hex, I think the Hex only makes sense if you can redo it
reuse it.
for
Yeah.
Gauntlet. If you can retool it for the Gauntlet, then sure, that's fine. But
Yeah. Could you
this
reuse
definitely
this
makes
for
more.
anything?
What's that?
You know what this actually looks like, to be
I think
honest?
it's in Clone Wars, right?
This looks
And
very
didn't Cad
close.
Bane have one that was similar to this, or no?
This looks very close to um there is a old concept of the original Vulture droid that was not called a Vulture droid, but the original droid
Hondo.
battle ship or whatever. This looks very similar to that
Yeah.
from Action Fleet.
It's cool. It's interesting. I will say, I
Mhm.
think we've kind of touched on. Can you think of any other than like a Delphi base repaints?
Yeah.
Anything else you can think of from there that
Yeah, I
would be
mean, going
fair
back to
game to
this,
see?
I mean, uh, there are some we've already got.
Yeah.
Um,
Trying to think what
just
else we
trying to
see. I,
think.
I don't remember that speeder. I mean, if the Anzellan speeder would be a great scout class, um, would be a great scout class. I just don't remember seeing that in the movie. I need to see
Yeah,
it again, I guess. But if
I
you're
don't remember seeing it
somebody
either.
in
No, I
chat, maybe
can't think of
remind
any
me.
other
I guess
vehicles.
that would have to be on. That would have to be on Navarro, maybe with that you see that speeder, but I don't necessarily remember that.
Yeah, me
So
either.
TK said this. I was about to the
Yeah.
gunrunner ship. The gunrunner ship was huge, right?
Oh
There's
my
no way
gosh,
that
that was
that's
massive.
yeah. No way we see that. I'd be just beyond shocked. But Kevin,
Hmm.
post Mando and Grogu, I think there is a pack that has had a little bit of a glow up since that movie came out.
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And it's interesting because I think we even speculated a little bit on this. I remember seeing an image of this of the Y-wing flying in the movie, and somebody had commented on it's like, "Oh, is that Red Jammer?" It is.
Called out by name in the movie,
Yeah.
and I believe piloted by the director who did Minari.
Oh, is that what it was? I do like
Hmm.
that they have that. All the pilots are basically all of the directors.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, Filioni was in there a couple times, and
Yeah.
yeah, and then you had
I,
all of the other directors, I think.
yeah, it was a lot. I mean, they're all Rick, Deborah Chow,
Yeah.
Rick Famuyiwa,
Hmm.
Filoni's there. I think Doug Chang was also one of them, I believe. So
Oh, was he?
yeah,
Nice.
and then I forget his name. I'm not as familiar with him, but yeah, the director of Minari, I think, was the Red Jammer.
Nice.
Um, so it's one they showed several times early on, and I kept thinking, hey, this seems like it's gonna play a part later.
Hmm.
Like, we
Yeah.
saw that Y wing, and it kind of lingered on it, and I'm like, I love that there's a Y wing that looks like the Red Jammer we just got.
Hmm.
So I don't know if this could be a scenario where maybe they didn't tell Jazzwares that this was in the movie. Maybe
Hmm.
they said, "Hey, here's some concept art. Wink, wink. This would be great if you did this release and had it come out around the movie." I don't think they necessarily had to tell them it was in the movie. I
Yeah.
think Lucasfilm can say, "Hey, this would be a good time to release this old concept art."
Hmm.
But yeah, I think this pack ought to go up in price now. It was already the most desirable one of those Walmart 2 packs that recently came out. But I would say at this point now, it's even going to be even more desirable.
Yeah.
After
Agreed.
Mando and Grogu, just to fill out that Adelphi base there. Um, Again, I think you can maybe find a green pilot, throw in there. We have a green A-wing pilot, is that right?
Yeah.
Throw that guy in there. Yeah, no Bryce Dallas Howard. She is not hanging out at a Delphi base, unfortunately. Shout out to Carson Tava.
I know.
Hey, finally,
Fired up
it
to see him in there too.
it made sense. I there was a scene in Skeleton Crew where those X-wings show up,
Hmm.
and I'm like, oh my goodness, are we about to see him again in this?
Hmm.
That would have felt like quite the stretch. It makes total sense for him to show up in this movie though, and shout out
Yeah.
to Paul. Super cool that he's in a an actual feature film Star Wars movie. I love
Yeah.
that for
He's
him.
been winning all types of awards.
Yeah, I think when you're just that likable and talented, you just good things happen to you.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully we see him again somewhere down the road. He was in Ahsoka. Maybe we'll see him in Ahsoka season 2 as well.
Hmm.
I assume we will. Man, can you imagine just Paul hanging out with Ezra or Hera?
Yeah, I
Never in my
know.
wildest dreams.
Never.
Even when he first showed up, it's like, can you imagine him just hanging out with Hera
Hmm.
on Home One or something like that? It would be absolutely insane. Just the thought of that even being possible
That
is
is
so
crazy.
funny. But um, shout
Yeah,
out to him. Kudos.
and not only that with Ahsoka, and like just thinking from like an actor to actor perspective as well. I
Hmm.
wonder what that's got to feel like being like sitting there in the cockpit of the Ghost with Rosario Dawson. I mean, she's been like an A-list for me for such a long time, and
Uh huh.
especially when she was in Daredevil, in the Netflix Daredevil, and she was like that continuity person that went from
Yeah.
season to season and all throughout each of them. And then now Carson Teva is that for Star Wars, and I was like, dude, that is so cool, so cool.
Yeah, man, I really hope I really hope we see that ship available soon and not just the pack. I hope more of those get on shelves. Oh, Adelphi would know for sure. He said he had season 2 schedule conflicts, but they lie all the time. Honestly, I would not doubt that because he's been pretty hard at work on Avatar,
Yeah, and
um
his other show,
and
Mr. Kim.
Murdoch Mysteries. Now
Yeah,
I
Murdoch
think
Mysteries.
maybe if he was, maybe there's a way he can kind of work around that if it was for um I don't know, Avatar is pretty huge. So
Hmm.
I don't know. He was looking especially beardy in Mando and Grogu, so I think he was in full on Avatar mode with his beard
Nice.
in that one. Very very full looking. I can't remember the character's name. I watched the first season, but I was not into the cartoon series, so I can't remember his name
Yeah.
in the show. But excited for season 2 of that. I believe the trailer for season 2 of that show came out this week. So very cool. Y-wing, Red Jammer, Uncle Iroh. That's right. Congrats to Paul. I do think before we go, I wanted to very, very quickly pull out something that arrived not that long ago. And judging by the Facebook group, lots of people getting it today as well.
Everyone's getting it except for me.
Sorry about
I'm
that.
so
buddy.
jealous.
East Coast problems, right? So
Yeah.
Arriving today from the vault, the vault edition of this here, the patrol gunship. The ears are up because that's how it came in my box. Also, all the tape cut on my box.
Nice.
And judging by some posts I've seen,
it may have multiple stickers on it.
Yeah, some poor souls apparently had to go through and re-sticker 2 stickers on, I guess, 5,000 of these.
I wonder if they got sent 5,000 and had to re-sticker them with the one of 3,000, or do the opposite.
So the sticker now says one of 5,000, but it initially said one of 3,000.
Now, does it look like it's a second sticker on there?
1,000,000%, yes. I can see the other sticker underneath it.
Underneath it? That's so funny.
They didn't do that great of a job. No.
And how about the one underneath it on the next package when you
very
open
cool
that image?
art here. We'll see. Slide it out.
Now, one thing that is important for everybody to know
going
here,
on in terms of the background.
Yeah, go down just a little bit lower.
Yeah, here we go.
One thing that is interesting to know about this, in all of these Vault Premium releases, all of the figures are inside the vehicle. There's a lot of people that have gotten this and said they didn't get the figures. The figures are actually inside.
And when you say inside, you mean inside, correct?
Inside. Most of them are actually in the cockpits, but these guys are going to be in that cargo bay.
Yeah. So I think the number of posts I've seen wondering about the figures, I think they might need to consider finding a way to just put a pillbox in here.
Yeah, agreed.
That might be the best move. I've seen so many people opening it saying, hey, I'm scared to open it because I want to return it because there's no figures in the box. They don't see figures in the cockpit.
Yep.
And maybe that's part of it. Maybe they should have put the figures in
Correct.
2 of the figures in the cockpit, I guess, and 1 in the back. I don't know. I think it'd just be a lot safer to find a way to put a pillbox in here and have the figures visible.
Yeah.
But so interesting interesting response to this. We've seen.
I have only seen
going from the bottom. Going from the bottom, the best.
Yeah, going from the bottom is definitely the best because then you can slide the whole bottom part out. But I have definitely seen, of all of the Vault releases, I've maybe seen 4, maybe 5 positive reviews of this. Most people, the vast majority, are saying, what did I pay for? Why did I pay $60 for this thing?
Now, Kevin, this ship in particular, one of my top wants for the line, really.
Yeah.
I've been saying for a couple of years now, this makes a lot of sense for a lot of reuse. All right. We've got the bottom open.
Yeah, you might be able to pull it out. You might have like some other tabs right there on the bottom that need to be cut.
Tape.
Yeah.
Kevin, this is Tape City.
Oh yeah, for sure.
absolutely. So 3 pieces of tape per side here.
Yeah, DC Metro says Thrawn figure would have sold this for everybody on it, sold this for sure, and I would agree 100%. I mean, I'd much rather have a Thrawn figure than another Remnant Trooper.
I would say next year with season 2 of Ahsoka. I can't imagine we get to maybe that's all the tape. I don't know. With season 2 probably coming early in the year.
Yeah.
Next year, I would be shocked if we got to like Christmas time next year and didn't have some kind of Thrawn.
Yeah. It probably would have been easier to open it from the top, to be honest.
I'm gonna
But
wake
yeah,
up
I
my
mean,
kids.
I think you could do this with so many different figures. It would be great to do a Thrawn, Governor Price, and Agent Callus.
Mm-hmm.
That would be an awesome set.
We have said that many times before, and I will continue.
And
saying
my
that.
ultimate want, Cole, my ultimate want would be Thrawn, Governor Price, and Rook. That would be fantastic. Yep.
I don't know that I necessarily. That's not one I'm like dying for my collection, but be cool. Pretty big character in at least that last season there, right?
Yeah, big in the books too.
For sure. Okay, well, hey, those bands were doing a lot of work because this came right out. I've never had a lot of work on the front end, but this literally just sitting on the tray here. So
nice
that that was easy. So
I see you got a little Zeb hanging out there.
He's a great great little microfig. Love him. Now I've seen a lot of posts about the
warped wing,
the tails on the back.
I can see yours is warped too.
So mine are warped in. Not the biggest problem to me. If they are warped up and down, I think looks a lot sillier.
Now, is it a soft plastic?
It is soft plastic.
Oh, that's the worst.
The moment of truth. Kevin, I don't think that looks too bad. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, it doesn't look terrible.
Just looking at that, I will switch back to...
I can't believe that they would do a soft plastic on that. I mean, I don't understand why.
That looks pretty good, right?
But considering the N1...
I've seen some that look really crazy, and that's unfortunate. I would say this, just looking at it, slightly bent in. I bet you could take a little bit of heat to this and put something between this.
Yeah.
And you'd spread those out and they'd probably stay that way.
How soft is that material? Oh, man. I don't know why they wouldn't have that as a firm plastic piece, especially considering the N1 and how that works. And even with the U-wing, like you could just attach it.
I'm looking for the slip I just took off.
Yeah, I mean, you could use a hairdryer to warm it up and mold it. I mean,
so it says no 0 to 3 on the bottom. It says like no 0 to 3 here. We got to get that age up. We got to be shooting for, I think, a little older than that. I would really love to get away from, if anybody's curious, manufactured January 23rd.
Yeah, I mean, think about how dangerous the N1 is. And Mando's N1. That thing's like it's like a sigh.
This thing is solid. This is heavier than I was expecting. So you've got your rear landing gear here. The wings are folded in to allow it to land. Um, got your wings up top that don't appear to move. The blasters are on a ball joint here. So you can get a little bit of movement out of these left, right, not up and down. Or if it is up and down, it's very, very, very small. They're basically left and right movement on those front cannons.
Mm-hmm.
These, hey, those snap pretty well. I love when we get a snap that tells you where it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that profile.
That looks so cool.
See here, got that profile. I wish this camera was a little bit higher up than where I've got it now, but you can see it there. Profile looks great. Don't really feel like refocusing the camera there, but differentiating colors you see here. Kevin, man, I'm not gonna lie, having this in hand, the odd colored panels don't bother me nearly as much.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the soft plastic is a little bit of an issue for some people, but overall I am really happy with this so far. And listen, I would say this is typically a low sodium stream, if you catch my drift. Like, we're not getting on here just to rip stuff and be negative. I would be very honest if there were issues. That door opened pretty easily. Felt good. Let's turn it this way. So now we've got that
those
open.
Giant
we can
tabs
see.
On there, huh?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, the huge tabs on there. But I would say the hinge on these things, much like the other previous gunships.
Okay. Similar to the U-wing?
I think the tab, I'm just saying, similar to the older gunships, the mechanism under this door is precarious enough that I actually don't mind the tabs on this one. Just because I think that hinge under there is so awkward.
Ooh,
that having control over this, I think is I'm not super upset about having those tabs there.
So you can slide the door back more than that? Is that what that is? Like
this is all the way back where it's at now.
Okay. It's not a slide bar. Like, it looks like a I see what it is. Okay, never mind. I'm with you. Okay, cool.
And then tab.
That's great.
Does have a little bit of that to it. So again, I'd just be real careful. That's about as far as I can get it. I don't want to push it anymore.
Yeah, push
back. But yeah, so you can see this is where they've opted to put your little guys. Again, I think it's kind of crazy. You can't see them at all when you get it.
At the very least, they should have opened the door in the package.
For sure. Yeah. A little tough to get them out. Kevin, listen.
Oh, man. Thanks for the glowing review here, Renegade Leader. Appreciate that.
I wouldn't say I was ready to rip this based on a lot of the discourse I've seen over the day today, people getting them. Yeah. But I am like very, very, very happy with this right now.
Nice.
So
good.
This is the standard fella, little night trooper we get.
Yeah. Got some gold on him. Got some red.
Yeah. I believe
is the red just painted?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So standard stormtrooper. I will say this one does not have. So didn't we very recently have a stormtrooper that had the you have the vent painted, but there were two little dots. Is that right?
Yes.
We've got kind of like a version 3.0 of the stormtroopers. I'm trying to see if I have one over here. I can't remember what that came with, but we've got a 3.0 of the troopers that came with something. This one looks like it's closer to the 1.0. Sorry, 2.0
Mm-hmm.
troopers.
Yeah.
But there's a whole lot going on here deco wise. So I'm not gonna fault them for that. This is your standard dude here. I assume this is going to be basically the same thing that comes with the standard one. It doesn't look too sunglassy. It does have the sunglasses kind of, but it looks nowhere near as bad as can you see that, Kevin?
Yep.
He's got a little bit of gold under his eye.
Nice.
And
Like
then
a little
some
face
just
tattoo.
little hits of gold on there. We've got the leg, like the knees painted black. And then we've got those little strips of red ribbon around him there. So
nice.
He's kind of got like a gold black eye there. And you've got the vent painted strip around the head painted and then the eyes.
Looks pretty good.
Don't have the little gray on the sides there. So really cool looking. This guy, though, taking a look at him, this guy has gray and gold and his ribbons. So
okay, nice.
This one here, you can see the lower third of his mask is gray. There might be a figure that kind of looks like this one, if I'm remembering correctly. But we were finally reusing that awesome mold with the blaster.
Yep.
And this one, exclusive to this set.
Yeah.
So you can see he's got a big gray patch on his chest there too.
So you get some value out of that.
He's got enough going on that it really differentiates him from the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So I think those look great together.
They look way different.
So, Kevin, you go to the other side here, pop it open, and I assume, yeah, you've got Captain Enoch in here. They're a little tricky to get out of here. I legitimately need tweezers. And I would assume maybe getting them in is also tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the zombie stormtroopers from Ahsoka. Peridia. Let's see. Captain Enoch looks pretty good. His arms are very, very loose on mine. Legs very, very tight.
Oh, watch out! That thing will pop open.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit him down. The gold looks good, man. It really does. He's got the insignias on his helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he? There we go.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
So
I love gold.
Can you see that there? The insignia.
Uh-huh.
Other side, other insignia.
Yeah.
Fairly centered. And then you've got that pop of gold there.
Yeah.
Red skirt looks amazing. Blaster in the hilt, but not in his hands. And then he's got the little gold shoulder, pops of gold on him. Really, really cool looking. I can try to lay him out here. See what that looks like. Another small.
Adelphi says, drop the Enoch and maybe he'll land next to the off-world Jawa.
Oh, man. The only one I've ever lost.
Yeah. I think you have to turn around the other way. They're upside down on the camera. There you go.
As a group here, they look really, really good in person. Really, really interesting.
Cool. I like it.
Listen, I am $60, right? That's a lot. $60 is a lot. I think If you picked it up with the 20% off, pretty good price. I think when you get down to close to that $50 range, depending on what's going on, you know, this starts to be what's 12 bucks. So it's what, $48. Um, not upset about that. So I will show you. Let me take a look at it real quick. Inside the cabin, the back here, there's some panels on the back wall that are painted.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got these gray squares. The whole lower half has this blue,
Mm-hmm.
as do it's like the padding that they would stand against, I guess.
Okay.
You can see the floor slightly painted.
Okay.
I'll flip it around. About the same thing.
Looks decent. It'd be good to be able to have that open. You know what I mean?
So, and two, Kevin, tell me if I'm wrong. Does anything else? I guess I can pull the packaging out. I don't know what else comes off on this. If there's any like panels I'm missing.
I think
Let me
just the
check that real
cockpit
quick.
opening, but that would be it.
Yeah, I do want to make sure I'm not not totally missing one of the features here. Opening cockpit, sliding open doors. The wings fold in on the bottom for landing. Stand for $60, I feel like would have been very kind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
Fits
2
up
of
to
these for
6 figures.
$60 would be even better.
Hey, listen, I can't wait to grab the standard version of these based on this. I am like really. Matthew says there are engine covers.
Okay.
Uh,
I think the panels on the
per the vault
back,
packaging, it does not show that to you.
the
But
panels on the back wings pop off.
I feel you. So there's a tab right here.
Mm-hmm.
These pop off.
Oh, nice. There you go.
And you get another hit of like a metallic color there.
Cool.
And honestly, if you're buying and let's see, not a little bit of detail under there. A little bit of detail going on. I would say if you've got multiples, why not take one off and leave it off?
Yeah.
Just for some variance there. Very cool. Now, the one thing I've also seen mentioned quite a bit here. Let's open up the cockpit.
Cool. Question here. That sticker was one of 5,000, not one of 3,000, correct? The sticker on the package.
The one of 5,000 is on the outside. Yes, they covered up 3,000 to make it 5,000. So there's a small, I wouldn't even call it a tab. I guess it's a tab, but very small thing on the side, on both sides. I think you just kind of pinch that and lift, and that will pop this loose.
Nice.
And it's a pretty significant piece that comes up. The hinge is way back here. So that reveals your fairly large cockpit area that fits 2 pilots, or a gunner and a pilot. And nothing in here is painted.
That's a bummer.
Which is a bummer for $60. However, I don't know a lot of what you would paint in there. The way that this cockpit opens, they only have that tiny little like steering wheel, basically.
Yeah, that control
in front
panel.
of them.
Yeah, you could do the walls. I mean, the walls are sculpted, right?
Yeah, you see this? You could. That's all they really have is that and that.
Yeah.
And there's not really a face on it that they're looking at.
And the seats, maybe?
So I think you maybe could have painted the seats. That would brighten it up a little bit, make it like a little lighter leather color, and maybe give it something interesting in there. But really, the walls are so tight in there as well. I don't know how much that would how far that would take you either. Like how much value you're getting out of it. So it's really hard to show the wall in there and get enough light. But
right. I mean, I guess the
really
question too would be
tight in there.
Who's like piloting this thing?
Like width wise, it's very tight. Like I'll show you just like I can't even get a finger in there hardly. So it's very, very, very narrow. So that's what I'm saying. If they put a ton of detail in there, pretty hard to see it just because it's so crammed. And it's not like you have a nice big layout in front of you like the Razor Crest or the Falcon or something like that. But I mean, I do wish it's something they would standardize with these more expensive releases, is putting some kind of deco in the cockpit. Even if it was just the seats, I think that would have gone a long way to making it more interesting in there. Especially if it brightened it up in there, because it's pretty dark looking in that narrow little area there. Yeah, again, I'd have to go back. It's been a while. It's obviously been like 3 years maybe since the show was out. I can't remember exactly who was piloting these. I don't know if it was just straight up stormtroopers. But I'm not mad at them using this as a way to get us night troopers. You can kind of see in there, brightens it up a little bit, having a little more interesting, having a stormtrooper in there. Close it. Really snaps. You can see him in there. Man, it looks good. Listen, $60 is a lot.
Yeah.
Mine with no QC issues. Other than, I guess, this is slightly warped in, but
that's great.
I'm very happy. Expensive, but minus, again, a little bit of paint detail here and there would have gone a long way, I think, to make this feel like a little better value. Again, this guy, super cool too, exclusive to the set. So getting a blaster stormtrooper out there again. Pretty cool, Kevin. I don't know. I really like it. Makes me really excited for the standard release and the potential re-releases, with different characters. Again, like we were saying, Price, Callus, Thrawn. If you do a Rebels one, that would be amazing. I know that's a lot of new figures, but
yeah, you could do a season 4 one with Kanan and Sabine, Ezra, and Ahsoka. Or,
they do already have the blind Kanan, I guess. So,
right.
Yeah, you could do. Although I guess in that scene he does not have the. That's
you could do the end of season 4
blind Kanan.
Right.
Man, it's really cool. I love it. I'll be excited to see how yours arrives. And hopefully everything's great. How many did you order?
I got 2, one for me and one for someone else.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be really interested to see how yours arrives and what you think in your review of it. Again, only issue with mine at all is this softer plastic. Tail fins are slightly warped in. Yeah. I think a little bit of you could literally just dip this in hot water, pull it out, stick something between it. I mean, I could literally stick this A-wing between it and it would look better. But
nice,
man, it's really cool. Like, I've asked for this one for 2 years now.
Yeah, I'm shocked that they did it, considering the amount of tooling that's necessary.
Yeah. And really, I mean, they did it. The guns are a soft material as well. You can kind of, I can get them a little off. I don't know if they're supposed to go up or down. They have a tiny bit of wiggle room up and down, but really it seems like the play feature is spreading them
to the
out.
side. Yeah.
They go about that far out. Nope.
Yeah,
They go
certainly interesting
holy
to
crap.
see
They
it.
go all the way out.
Yeah, look at that, man. Look out. Definitely interesting to see what it looks like. I've got a couple of these 3D printed. I'm interested to see.
Very snappy. I love that.
Yeah.
Anytime we have wings with hinges like this, I always like the Jedi starfighters. I'm like, it's got to snap. I really want to see it snap, so you know that it's locked in where it's supposed to go. Yeah, man, I'm really, really happy with this. That is it closed. Open. Some, little detail, greebles, whatever in there. Love it.
Sweet.
I think, if you're really into Ahsoka or really enjoy this ship, grab it. If you catch it on sale, almost anyone in the line, I feel like, can appreciate this at that point. So, we've already seen it at $48. So, I think it's a solid release. Now, I think that's dependent on how it comes. If yours comes and yours is like massively warped, like I've seen on Facebook, then you're gonna feel differently. And a couple of them, right? A couple people had no figures, or were they just mistaken because they didn't open the sides?
I think a lot of people that are saying that they got no figures or haven't opened the package to see that they're
They've
inside.
looked in the cockpit, didn't see anything. Looked in the sides, nothing.
That would be my guess.
With the sides closed, you absolutely cannot tell that there are figures in there, which I think is they probably need to consider maybe doing something about that. Again, like you said, the easiest thing to do would have been opening the door so you could see it.
Just open the door. It seems kind of silly not to.
But I guess maybe just with that hinge packaging wise,
I think the other part of it too, if you have it open like that and then the figures fall out, then they're ganking around in the package like crazy.
That's true. I think just put a pillbox in there and call it a day.
Yeah, agreed.
Very cool. Happy to have an exclusive figure. It makes me kind of want to go rewatch the scene, to be honest.
Yeah.
So you know what we need?
I don't remember them looking like that. I remember them being more of the standard color, but
I do too. I don't know where this came from, but
yeah, it's possible.
It might have been concept art for the show. To go with this, I'm gonna need those weird little turtle pods
for these perfect scout class vehicle, man.
Do you think there is ever a chance we could get those weird little turtle pods?
I think if we get the turtle pods, we're definitely going to get the Power Ranger scooters.
No.
Yeah. That's the only way that's the only way that works.
We've
got to get the full set.
Is it Karma? I don't know how popular those would be. I don't the turtle pods, that is. I don't know how much.
If we get turtle pods before Neil,
I'm quitting the line. Yeah. Man, Neil, those are the scout class I want. I say I'll just keep saying it every episode at this point. I want the Skeleton Crew kids on their little speeder actual bikes.
And Nubs.
I think Nubs would be good. Listen, if we're gonna do that, I still think that the Jedi Vector Starfighter is a great design for a toy, and I know there's a lot of High Republic fans out there. And it seems like they've kind of stayed away from Acolyte for whatever reason, but you could brand it Young Jedi Adventures and it'd be more of a novelty than anything else, instead of branding it.
Was it in that show?
Yeah. You could brand, I think it was like very, 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 very briefly in that show, but I think you could also just brand it High Republic.
Is that when he was like flying through the asteroid field or whatever?
Oh, I could not tell you. I don't even remember much about that show, to be honest. I watched it each 1 week when it aired, and that was it.
Yeah. Interesting.
I might have watched the episode with the big lightsaber duel twice. Well, we took a look at the INT4 that you had, took a look at this new Vault release.
Yeah.
I don't know that, the Series 11 has been out, or Series 12, I guess, has been out long enough that I don't think we really needed to do an in-depth look at any of that. Most of you probably have that in hands already.
Yeah.
But, man, at least from my perspective, really, really, really happy with this one. This aside, which again can be easily fixed, and not uncommon these days to have some little parts that you gotta heat up here and there from any toy line, really. If you can catch it on sale, or you add it to your cart and just leave it there until you get a 15% off coupon and email, do that. It's great. Very happy with this. Very excited to see what the standard version is like. Kevin, I hope yours arrives in great condition.
Same here. Same here, man.
Before,
it's interesting. I don't remember seeing this Jedi Vector anywhere. There's two different versions of it. There's one that looks more like a V-wing, and there's one that looks more like an X-wing.
Yord flew one to capture Asha.
Oh, no.
You're like, who the crap is
who is
those names? I only remember those names because the figures are there every time I go to like a comic shop, and they have tons of them and nobody bought them.
Okay,
or
I
Ross.
see that. I've seen this one before. The Young Jedi Adventure one looks okay. I'm
better.
with you. It's just like real stubby looking, but
it's really cool. It's a cool ship. I think you brand it High Republic, since the book series was fairly popular.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just put High Republic on there and call it a day, and it would be, I don't now, character wise, who boy, I actually don't know who you'd put in there, but
Nubs.
Awesome. Oh man, that show's
High
over.
Republic
It'll be interesting to see if they try another like preschool age show.
Yeah,
like a 5-year-old show. Interested to see if they take another stab at that with something else.
Yeah, interesting concept. Not quite there on the execution.
It was fine. My kid watched it some, but he kind of grew out of it. I would say grew out of it. He just kind of lost interest over the 3 seasons. Right. And I was like, hey, do you want to check out that show again? And he'd be like, nah, I just want to watch Transformers or whatever else. Now it's Pokemon. All he wants to do is watch Pokemon.
That's an expensive one.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, we're now knee deep in another Jazzwares line.
Hold on,
he is also a Jazzwares kid. But what are we looking at here?
Found at a Walmart, the Cloud Car.
I saw that. Yeah, the blue one. Yeah, had that not been seen yet?
No. I don't think so.
I did see that earlier. Nice. Check. I'm telling you, man, a lot of random old stuff showing up. Series 10, Series 11, stuff showing up on the shelves there.
Yeah.
They're working their way through some of the stuff I think that had kind of backed up.
Yeah. That they hadn't gotten out yet. Okay. Interesting.
So,
yes.
let's before we peace out, real quick, since we didn't do it last week, I didn't want to cut it 2 episodes in a row. But for our community spotlight, every episode we shine a spotlight on cool things going on in the MGS community: customs, videos, displays, and of course your photography. You can send in submissions anytime on Instagram or microgalaxysquadcast@gmail.com. This week, a submission from Camaro B Customs, who has been featured before. He sent in some custom painted ships here.
Nice.
And this would be a New Republic T. T-70 here.
Yep.
So New Republic looking T-70 to bridge the gap, and an A-wing custom, which look really nice. I do kind of like the way that blue looks on the. I love that shot.
Mm-hmm.
Looks really cool on the. And is that a? I love that he's using the Genevex stand.
Yeah,
I've gotten a lot of use out of the Genevex stand for random things that can barely balance on it.
Yeah,
I think this is really cool. And he also
that's a great
sent
battle
in,
damage.
I'm going to pull the banner down because it was covering his name on one of those. But yeah, he did his own version of Red Jammer. I believe from Mando and Grogu, so it's got the green pilot here.
Mm-hmm.
And then a little more accurate version of the ship here. Also very, very cool. Great work. I love seeing customs, Kevin.
Yeah,
custom painted stuff. That droid looks really nice. A lot of detail on the droid. A lot of people were wondering if that quick shot in the movie was R2. It almost looked like R2 being put in an X-wing.
Mm-hmm.
Can't imagine that was the case, but it did. There was a shot that lingered on an R2 droid that looked way too much like R2.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna hang on him that long, make him orange or something. Don't tease us. I don't think there's any way that would be R2, but pretty cool. Kevin, we had a lot to cover. Long show.
We did. Very long.
Very tired.
Yeah, we made it through the last one in under 2 hours. This one is well over 2 hours.
Yeah, two on the dot, but we had all kinds of stuff to cover. May 4th, an entire wave, Mando and Grogu, hands-on with vault stuff. A lot to cover.
That's great.
Sure. Stargazer says, wonder when Cube Squadron will launch. We are getting closer and closer, I believe.
Closer and closer. I wonder where we're at on that.
It's have we hit
let me see here.
What's the number that Cube Squadron's trying to reach? Is it 1,500?
1,500.
We're probably at 1,400 if we're lucky. It's been creeping. We've hit critical. I think he's going to have to go on like a bigger toy podcast or something to reach a wider audience to get that number up at this point. Let's see. Haven't seen him in chat tonight.
1,448.
Oh, guys.
So 52
If you've missed the last few episodes, you can go to Kickstarter.com, search Cube Squadron, and when you pull up the page, enter your email address, and that does not commit you to anything. It'll just put you on the list for more info. Once he gets to 1,500, I believe all the details will be unleashed, and we will find out when he plans on releasing this. The amount of work that goes into this is absolutely insane.
Unreal.
And he has continued to expand the offering because he's got all these little mini cubes now for the figures, these tiny dioramas for figures from A New Hope, as well as the larger hangers and stuff. So
the mini cubes are done.
Yeah, the offering is massive.
Yes.
But then you have to think about, he's got to go through and tweak all of those so that they fit together right. And he's got to make guides for all of those because you've got to assemble them. So he's got to have guides for assembling, potentially even videos for how to assemble those. And then everything's got to be set up on the website. There's so much on the back end logistically that has to go into that and be ready before that launches, just because this is a massive undertaking, and I think he could have launched with like 3 and it would have been great, but he's got
the one thing to consider too that's also a part I had never even really thought of is just the packaging of it. So when you're buying a cube, you'll essentially get a cube. If you buy a cube that's already printed, it's not going to be assembled. So you'll get it in a package. So you then will put it together. And so it's getting all of the parts to fit inside of a specific box size, which is, it's very fascinating. Like he showed me some of the process for how he goes through and does it. And I was like, wow, that's That is like seriously thinking ahead.
An insane amount of stuff that has to go into it.
Yeah. But it's amazing, man. It's amazing. I can tell you, like, I've still got the whole setup here right next to me, which you can kind of see down here on the floor. Like, there's all my cubes set up. And I mean, it is sweet, man. When it's all lit up, it looks awesome. It is definitely a display piece.
Oh, man.
And when we get to 1500, it'll also show off the final cube, which is going to be a large one. So, yeah, get fired up.
I'm trying to pull up the website, and it's going pretty slow for some reason.
1448.
Soon. 1448 still. I am, somebody asked for the link. I don't know which stream. I don't know if you're watching Kevin's stream or my stream, but I will drop that link in my chat right now. There you go. If you're on the Micro Galaxy Squadron channel, there's that link in that chat for you. Or you can screenshot this. I don't know how it works on Android, but if you have an iPhone, I guess you could screenshot that and then copy the URL there from the picture and just paste it into your browser. Actually, I think you can highlight it and it knows it's a URL and you can just click on it.
Nice.
Nah, he was watching yours and now he's switching over to mine. So take that, Kevin. Man, we had fun. So much to cover. I don't know when the next episode will be. I'm on vacation. I'll be up in vacation. I'll be out of town. I'll be in Boston in 2 weeks. Okay. So we'll kind of monitor the situation and see what the news looks like. Busy week next week, and then I'm out in Boston the week after. So it might be another 3-week gap unless we have a huge
that put us out. Yeah. Then
at this point, who knows? In a few days, I guess they could drop all the Series 14 pre-orders. Wouldn't be par for the course at this point.
I know, that's right. That'd be
absolutely
insane.
If you've had fun hanging out with us tonight, consider dropping a little thumbs up on either channel's video. You can find me at Micro Galaxy Squadron on Instagram, Micro Squadron on Twitter, Micro Galaxy Squadron on YouTube. Kevin, the people can find you at
Kevin's Microfleet. Everywhere. Well, not everywhere, sorry.
And YouTube. Etsy, they can find you.
Etsy, you can find blast effects. You can find flight stands, hangars. You, if you need something to display your vehicles, there we go, man. I got it.
Doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It's been fun. If you haven't seen Mando and Grogu, go see it. Let us know what you think. Drop a comment below if you liked it. Drop a comment below for the replay gang. Drop a comment and let us know what you'd like to see from Mando and Grogu. Mango. Do you remember the boxes? Code name Mango. Mango and Grape. Is that what it was?
Mango and Grape.
Mango and Grape was the code name on the boxes for the Razor Crest, I believe. Yeah. Mando and Grogu. Let us know what you'd like to see from the movie. And let us know how your Vault exclusive LAAT/LE patrol gunship came in. Curious. Guys.
Yeah. Agreed.
Might be 3 weeks. Might be sooner. Probably going to be 3 weeks. Till then.
Squad
out.
See you, everybody.